Good evening and welcome to Tanager Basketball on Vermilion Streaming. It is exclusively on Vermilion Streaming tonight as the USD Basketball, thanks to mirrored scheduling, is covering both Classic Hits 106.3 and ESPN Radio 101.5. And so we will be bringing you Tanager Basketball as they take on number 4, Sioux Falls Christian. Sioux Falls Christian is 13-1. On the season, we're going to take a look at their schedule, how they got here. Right now, we are one quarter into the junior varsity game. Vermilion trails 21-9. It was 11-5, with a few minutes left in the first quarter, but some turnovers here and there led to a 10-4 run for Sioux Falls Christian. Now, what we will be looking at is for this pregame. This is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. So just a reminder, Tanager Basketball is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for 150 years, actually over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, plus a friendly team of professional bankers ready to put you first. And then on the scoreboard is sponsored by Midwest Ready Mix. For all your concrete needs, call Midwest Ready Mix. They also have purchased Clark's Rentals in Yankton. And on that Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, 21-9 here in the beginning of the second quarter. Now 21-11 with 6:38 to go. We'll try to keep up with the broadcast. We also, as part of this pregame show, we have an interview with Casey Hansen that we'll bring to you, along with coaches' interviews with Coach John Brooks of Vermilion and Dan DeYoung of Sioux Falls Christian. It should be a really good matchup tonight. We're really excited. Sioux Falls Christian, like we said, 13-1 on the season, and Vermilion at 10-3. Now, those three losses for Vermilion, they each have their own story to them. The first one was to Crofton, Nebraska, legendary powerhouse, 2 decades of dominance in Class C2 basketball in Nebraska. And Coach Maggie Moon has continued that, last season being her first season at the helm, and this season being her second. Now this year, she was on maternity leave for a little while, so they did have Coach Tiffany Panning, coaching for them. But the players are excellent. And so that first loss was to Crofton. That was the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. That's a loss that it's tough. Crofton plays a different brand of basketball. There is a difference between Nebraska and South Dakota basketball. I mean, the basics of basketball are the same, but Crofton and Nebraska maybe plays a little. They play a little more of a press, a little higher pressure, and Vermilion had not seen that up to that point in the season, and so that was their first loss. Their second loss was to T Area. A game with Katie Vasika, the SDSU commit. And, they're highly ranked, and they've been doing well all season. But it was a close game, and it was not a game that got away from Vermilion at all. And I think you play it 10 times, it's probably going to be 5-5. I think Vermilion was a little bit off that night, but it ended up being 51-42. And again, T Area is 11-3 on the season. And then their final loss was to Florence Henry. Now that was on the back end of a back-to-back games. On Friday they played Mount Vernon Plankinton, and Mount Vernon Plankinton is a great team with 2 great players in Russ and Fox. Fox, an SDSU commit as a senior. Russ hasn't committed anywhere that I know of, but she is a 6-foot, maybe a 5'11" junior with a great outside shot, great ability to drive, and a nice post-up game. So created a real dynamic there for Vermilion, but they came out victorious, but it was a very physical game and a very fast-paced game. And at that time, Vermilion was really just playing with a 6-person rotation. With the development of Casey Hansen returning to the lineup a few games ago, we've seen a real difference in the quality of this Tanager team, just because I think they're getting a little more rest. I think there's that trust factor with Casey that and she's starting to feel it out there. She was co-leading scorer the last time out with 17 points. So it feels like her outside shot's coming, but it looks like she's also developing that confidence as she moves inside. She had one where she took it, stole it, and drove in for the layup, ended up getting a three-point play out of it. So this Tanager team, while 10-3, I think is a better team than even that record indicates. And again, when you look at Sioux Falls Christian, if you look at how they got here, they started their season off with a victory over Western Christian in Iowa, 60-46. They then defeated Lennox, 43-29. They lost to Wagner by 16. Now, I got to tell you, this season in Class A, I don't know what to make of that loss. A 16-point loss to Wagner. A few weeks ago, you would have been like, okay, that's expected. But Wagner has been battling their own demons as a team lately. And so they were ranked number 1, then they fell to number 2. Now they're out of the rankings altogether. They're receiving some votes, but they are no longer in the top 5. And so not sure what to make of that loss. And that was early in the season, 1 week in. They then defeated Elk Point Jefferson 51-41. The only other team to defeat Elk Point Jefferson, this Tanager team. Pipestone area out of Minnesota, 78-58. And I will just say this, Vermilion beat EPJ by 20. Sioux Falls Christian beat EPJ by 10. They then defeated Garrettson 45-34. Hamlin, a good Hamlin team, not a great Hamlin team, not like last year, 69-59. They then defeated Del Rapids 63-30, whereas Vermilion defeated Del Rapids 44-12. So a 32-point victory to a 33-point victory. So if you're just looking at some common opponents here. Madison, they beat Madison 66-26. Vermilion will play Madison on Monday. West Central, they beat 59-38, so a 21-point victory over West Central. Vermilion beat them by 24, 55-31. So we should be in for a really tight matchup tonight. They did defeat T-Area at the Pentagon in the Throwback Classic, 82-73. Then they defeated Dakota Valley 62-53. Defeated Canton 60-30, whereas Vermilion beat Canton 56-27. And then that brings us to tonight, where the Tanagers and the Chargers will face off. Right now, 4:18 to go in the second quarter. It's 23-12, so we're about halfway through, and we've had 2 points for Sioux Falls Christian, 3 points for Vermilion. Make it 4 points for Vermilion. 23-13. Vermilion now trails by 10. So we're going to give you a little play-by-play. We're going to be taking some commercials like we would with a normal game. Then we're going to try to bring in, once halftime comes, that's when we will start playing Casey's interview. That'll take us into the third quarter, and then we'll come back with some play-by-play for the fourth quarter. But you're listening or watching Vermilion Tanager basketball on Vermilion streaming on YouTube, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard shows 4:04 remaining. Vermilion trails 23-13 in this JV game. And they are going to call a travel on Suzu Shugawara. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Jen doesn't know either, so if I'm butchering that, I apologize, Suzu. I really do. All right, so Sioux Falls Christian with the ball. Maya Halverson, Madigan Wallen, Suzu out there, along with Natalie Buckman. And it appears Izzy Richardson. So Vermilion just got a steal, 23-13. Oh, unable to connect there on that shot, and that will be out of bounds off of Sioux Falls Christian. So that will stay with Vermilion. 3:35 to go here in the second quarter. 23-13, Vermilion trails, and there will be a timeout. So we'll take a timeout as well here on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well, and we'll be right back with more Tanager basketball.
Save means you're sort of protecting yourself. My mom and dad told me how to be safe. It's like super duper important. Hold a grown-up's hands. Put a helmet on because you might hurt your head super duper bad.
Protect their future by protecting yours with your local State Farm agent, Dick Sunday.
All right, welcome back to Sioux Falls, the campus of Sioux Falls Christian, where with 3:35 to go in the second quarter of the JV matchup, Vermilion trails 23-13. It was 21-9 when this quarter started. Maya Halverson into the lane, unable to connect. Rebound to Sioux Falls Christian with an outlet pass stolen away by Madigan Wallen. Nice play by Madigan there. Gets it out to Suzu. And Suzu's a foreign exchange student, correct, Jen? She's quite accomplished. She's really good at basketball. I'm impressed. And Suzu with the rebound and the putback. Oh, so close. Rebound to Sioux Falls Christian. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. There's a three-point attempt, no good. Rebound to Sioux Falls Christian. That has to be a travel. Yes, they called a travel on a number 30. I believe that is Aubrey Beltman, a sophomore, 5'8" sophomore for this Sioux Falls Christian team. So Vermilion inbounds the ball. Here's Madigan Wallen down the right side, and they're going to say she stepped out of bounds. Darn. So that means with 2:41 remaining on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion trails still 23-13 in the second quarter in this JV matchup. Again, I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley, and you're listening and watching watching Vermilion Tanager basketball on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. Again, USD basketball on Classic Hits and ESPN Radio tonight. And up with the right hand for Sioux Falls Christian is number 33. I believe that's McKinley Reitzma. So here's Madigan Wallen now with Vermilion trailing by 12. Susan, ball. Oh, and she did step over and back. So another turnover over to Sioux Falls Christian. So 2:09 to go here in the second quarter. Vermilion trails 25-13. Sioux Falls Christian to inbound the ball. So here's Reitzma with the ball. Gets it over to Hadler. No good, but the rebound there by Beltman. Hadler again for three. No good. Rebound is to Sioux Falls Christian as they get it down low. They kick it back out for three. No good. Rebound again to Sioux Falls Christian. They're going to say she stepped out of bounds. That was Aubrey Beltman who got the rebound, trying to drive the baseline and stepped out of bounds. So checking in for Vermilion is number 24, Delaney Smith. Checking out is Suzu Sugawara. Here's Maya Halverson, gets the ball down. Oh, nope, that is knocked out of bounds by Sioux Falls Christian. Ball will remain with Vermilion. So out there, Sydney Johnson, Madigan Wallen, Maya Halverson, Delaney Smith, and Izzy Richardson. And that pass is out of bounds. That will be turned over to Sioux Falls Christian. So a minute 22 here in the second quarter of this JV game. I'm Michael Schumacher. You're listening to Tanager Basketball or watching Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, serving communities for over 150 years. Sioux Falls Christian moving the ball around the perimeter. They're not afraid to pull the trigger on those three-pointers. A nice spin move there. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Sioux Falls Christian. That jumper is no good. Rebound to Izzy Richardson. And she is fouled by Aubrey Beltman. I think Aubrey's just lucky she didn't have a foul called earlier. She was kind of flailing her arms. I know there was a rough rebound, but looked more like a swing than anything. All right, here's Maya Halverson. Down to Izzy Richardson. number 15 to 15. Madigan Wallen for three. Nope, that will be off. 39 seconds to go. 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here in the second quarter on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion trails 25 to 13. Long shot for Sioux Falls Christian, no good. Rebound, Wallen. Wallen pushing it up down the right-hand side. Gets it across midcourt. Brings it to the top of the key, gets it over to Halverson. Here's Richardson. Long two. No good, but rebound Smith. Smith gets it down to Wallen on the block. Pass is just a little bit beyond her reach. And that will be a turnover over to Sioux Falls Christian with 10 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Oakley Hadler has the ball stolen away by Madigan Wallen. Are they going to call a foul? Or did they say she stepped out? Not quite sure, but Smith gets the ball into Wallen. Wallen to Johnson. 1 second to go. Oh, three-point attempt by Johnson is just short. So we will head into halftime of this junior varsity matchup with Vermilion trailing 25 to 13 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. You're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll have our conversation, our Tanager Talk with Casey Hansen, brought to you by Dakota Realty.
Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and with the 6-wheel drive and low-range transfer case, they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is teaming up with Clark's Rentals in Yankton, bringing you a wide range of hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more to get the job done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment for all your concrete needs, and Clark's Rentals, your rental equipment headquarters.
Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermilion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with the work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermilion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Need a new set of tires? Look to Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford. How about some accessories like WeatherTech floor mats, access roll-up truck covers, bed liners, remote car starters, and thousands of other products. Hey, you can look at everything at your convenience online too at carlsonsbodyshop.com. No wonder the song says,
Bring it down to Carlson's Body Shop, your complete car care center.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermilion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Welcome back to Vermilion Tanager Basketball on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. Again, exclusively on Vermilion streaming tonight, as USD men and women are both playing simultaneously with those beautiful mirrored schedules that the Summit League loves. So they are playing at the same time. Pregame has started already. Jerry Paleshi is on the call on ESPN Radio. John Thayer on the call on Classic Hits. They're both playing North Dakota, the North Dakota Fighting Hawks. The USD women looking to, I think, go 14-7. USD men looking to make it 10-12 on the season. USD women really starting to look good. Things seem to be gelling for them. The men still trying to figure some things out. A lot of new players there. Hopefully they're able to figure it out tonight, and that would be awesome. We're proud to be the flagship stations for USD Athletics, but also for Tanager Athletics and Bucks and Gazelles Athletics. And that's why you're listening to Tanager Athletics right here. So we're at half, 25-13 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This is the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show. And as part of this, we did have an interview with Casey Hansen one of the stars of this team last year, who has been on the sideline with an ACL injury until just a few games ago. We remember seeing her warming up at the Blizzard Buster Classic against Florence Henry and Irene Wakanda. She suited up, but she did not make an appearance in that game. She did make an appearance then the next game out. She did make an appearance the next game out, and that was against Del Rapids. Then she made an appearance against Millbank, and then Beersford. Beersford, she was actually the co-leading scorer with 17 points Tuesday night. So feels like maybe she's getting right back into her rhythm, trying to get back into shape too. So this was an interview that we did just a couple of days ago with Casey, just talking about her comeback, the rehab, and how she's feeling and how she feels she can contribute to this team moving forward. So I hope you enjoy this Tanager Talk with Casey Hansen, brought to you by Dakota Realty. Welcome back to our Tanager Talk, and on the line we have Casey Hansen, who made her debut a couple of games ago, but has been seeing the court. Casey, how are you doing today?
I'm really good. How are you?
I am doing great. We've got great weather out there. Snow is melting. It feels like we can forget about the cold snap and hopefully start thinking warmer thoughts again.
Yeah, it's beautiful out.
It really is. Well, I was thinking who would be the perfect person to interview, and you made your debut. I saw you the other day. It was at the Blizzard Buster, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, wait, she's in a uniform. Well, this is new. Okay, now you didn't get in, but then we saw you make your appearance. And how did that feel to finally get back on the court? Did it?
Yeah. No, it was great. I miss being out there so much.
Well, and it's kind of the tale of two sides of the same coin. You're with the team, and you're supporting your teammates that you've been with for years. Some of them you play in the summer with, and all of that. So you're there supporting them, but it also has to be a bit of a longing to get out there, isn't there?
Yeah, it was definitely hard to just sit and watch and try to find new ways to help out.
Well, why don't you tell the people a little bit about what happened and just the path that you've had to take to get back to this point?
Yeah, so the end of May last year, I was at a AAU basketball tournament, and I just kind of stepped weird. Then I went to the doctor. They said, tore my ACL. So then it wasn't even 3 weeks after that, I got into surgery in June. So then since then, I've been going to PT 2 or 3 times a week and just trying to get all my strength back and get back to moving like I used to.
And so, your original possible return date was reported to be about March. Had you set trying to come back earlier as one of your goals when you decided to start doing PT and the surgery and all of that?
Yeah, well, my surgeon was really good about it. Like, usually they have you wait closer to 9 months, but he knew how bad I wanted to get back out there, so he helped me out, and my physical therapist is awesome, so she's really helped me.
And so at what point did you decide, okay, I think I'm progressing quickly enough that I think I might be able to come back early enough in the season maybe to contribute for the last third or last half of the season and kind of prepare myself and the team and get into that rotation heading into regions?
Yeah, February had always been the goal. And then I went and talked to my surgeon at the beginning of January, and he was pretty impressed with my progress. So he said starting towards the end of January, I could get back into practice. And so he cleared me to practice in the middle of January. I got like 6 good practices in there and then warmed up in Irene and got to play the next week.
Well, and what was the feeling like? Because I know just the feeling to get back out on the court felt good, but to hear the crowd, everyone in the crowd knew, and as soon as you came in, just to hear the crowd supporting you with the cheers.
I know. Usually I try to block out the crowd and not listen to it, but I was definitely felt very happy to be back out there and that I had such a big group of people there supporting me.
Well, and not only did you get to play and be out on the court, you scored. What was that first basket like for the season?
I was just nervous I was going to miss my first shot, so I was happy it went in.
Well, that's amazing. And, you played in a few games. You're averaging, I think I saw the most recent stats, you're like averaging 5 points a game. Nothing too shabby for somebody coming off the bench. Having been with the team, what does it mean to the team to be able to add another player into that rotation?
I think it's been good just to get some people a break, so when they are in there, we can go harder, especially with our defense. We're always running around trying to get tips and steals, so getting that nice break on the bench and having more subs is really nice.
Well, it really is. Well, congratulations on making it back, and I thought that's kind of the bigger part of the story, so I wanted to make sure we just addressed that here in the front. Now, tell people a little bit about yourself, just you, your parents, siblings. I know you at least have a sister. I know that for sure, because you get to play varsity with her. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about your family?
Yeah, so both my parents played college basketball, actually, so that's been a big reason that I love basketball so much and I've gotten so into it. And then obviously Lexi, my sister, we've both grown up going to the gym together and shooting around together all the time, so that's been really fun too. And all my grandparents played basketball, and both my grandpas coach, so it's just been in the family for a long time.
So it really does run in the blood, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. Well, you're a junior. Have you thought about your post-graduation plans, like what you want to do, whether it's, playing basketball or even just what you want to study and maybe where you want to go to school? Have you thought about that at all, or is it still, as it's a year and a half away, still something you're thinking, I'll start thinking about that this summer?
Major-wise, I'm still pretty clueless. I got to work on that, but since I've been little, I've decided I want to play college basketball, so that's definitely still a big goal for me, but I'm not quite sure where yet. We'll just see how this season ends up and what happens this summer.
All right. Well, excellent. Well, I tell you what, this is the icebreaker portion of the interview where I get to ask you questions that you never thought you'd be asked, and then I get to hear your answers. So, but trust me, nothing too hard hitting. Nothing too hard hitting. And the first one's an easy one, usually. You get one final meal. You know it's your last meal. What are you having?
I would probably want to go to the sushi place in Yankton because I really like sushi.
And a friend suggested it just about a month ago. She and I went there for lunch, and I had never been there before. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
It really is. So I think that's quite a fine choice. Excellent. All right. Now this next one, everyone loves music of some sort. So you can pick 3 musical artists of living or dead, any point in history, and you get to see them perform live. Which 3 artists would you choose?
Well, I love Taylor Swift. She's my number one for sure. I got to go to the Eras Tour this summer, so that was awesome.
You got to go see her in concert?
Yeah, I did in Minneapolis. It was actually only not even a month after my surgery, so I was limping around with my huge brace on.
And we'll get to your other 2 here, but what kind of atmosphere was that concert?
It was crazy. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember most of it because I was just so excited and happy the whole time.
Well, that is awesome. Now, maybe you were a football fan before, but are you following the Chiefs now too?
Yeah, I have been a little bit.
Well, the NFL's happy, and I've loved all the drama around it. It's you're with people, and so I think she's just amazing, and so I like that choice, and I'm surprised at how few Taylor Swifts have been chosen for this. So I'm glad you said that, and I'm glad you got to see her in concert. It must have been great if you're willing to pick her as one of your other 3, as one of your 3 too. So
yeah. All
right, now who would your other 2 be?
Zach Bryan, probably.
Okay.
And then Justin Bieber would have to be my other one.
All right, Justin Bieber. Okay. Well, I think those are good choices and a variety. It's not all the same, just interchangeable music. So good. Now, this one's been the one that trips people up just a little bit. Not trips them up. There is no right or wrong answer. But you have the ability one time to go back in history and return to this time, and you can go back to any point in history, any day, event, or era. To what point would you go, and why?
Could I change what happened?
You certainly may.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'd probably have to go back to the day I tore my ACL.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm sure there's better days we could pick to go back to.
No. It's all what matters to you. I mean, so, obviously the ACL is an important event. There, trust me, again, I said there's no wrong answer. I've had people choose a wide variety of things. So, obviously that has such a huge impact on you and what you do. And for something you love, why wouldn't you want to change that? No, nope. I have absolutely no issue with that answer whatsoever. All right. Now, here's the final icebreaker question. And there, you can have two answers. I always say, because there are heroes and there are idols of two different natures. One can be a basketball hero or a sports hero, something like that, a celebrity hero. And then one can be a personal hero, somebody that you try to emulate, that you've seen, and you'd like to say, if I can be anything like them, I'll know I'll be a success in life. Who would that person or those people be for you?
I'd probably say my parents, just because they've influenced me so much and they've been such a positive part of my life, and I hope to have a family and be successful like they are sometime.
All right. Well, I think that's a great answer as well. Well, let's talk a little bit about basketball here, because I know when I talked about interviewing you, you probably didn't think you were getting weird questions, but I think you answered them very, very well. So, but let's talk a little bit about basketball. The team's a little over halfway through the season, so we're getting down to crunch time. March isn't that far away. Regions aren't that far away. Where do you and your teammates feel, or how do you and your teammates feel about the season thus far, and how you're positioned for the rest of the way?
I mean, obviously there was a couple games there we would have liked to win, but I think we're moving on to just focusing on what game we have up next and just trying to get that win, and then focus on the next day's practice, and then move on from there and hopefully position ourselves well seed point-wise and region-wise.
All right. And now you are kind of in a unique position just because other people have been playing, you guys are 12 games in, they've played 12 games. So growth to them might be different as to what growth might be to you. What kind of growth are you hoping to see over the next 7, 8, 9 games for you as a player?
I just hope to get more comfortable out there. Like right now, I'm definitely kind of second-guessing myself a little bit still, and I think that's going to just come with trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm a little bit rusty after 8 months off, so hopefully I can just get more comfortable and be able to help my team in more ways.
Well, and as far as rust, what have you noticed is the biggest maybe rust point for you that you thought, oh, wow, this is the hardest, the most difficult thing for me to get back right now?
Definitely defense is the hardest, and just not fouling and being quick enough to stay in front of people and making good reads on passes and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I know you have other things to do, but I want to say thank you for taking the time to talk with me today. Really appreciate it. And I just want to tell you how great it is to see you back out on the court, see you out of civilian clothes and into a uniform it's just great to see, and it's great to be able to see you out there. And I'm looking forward to seeing you out there the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today. You have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
That was Vermilion Tanager Girls Basketball Junior Casey Hansen, who is looking to come back, third, fourth game. First one she just warmed up. She's appeared in 2 now. This hopefully will be another one for her as she gets back into the swing of things after her ACL injury. Again, this was brought to you by Dakota Realty in Vermilion. For all of your real estate needs, not only in Vermilion, but the surrounding area. Dakota Realty, proud sponsor of Tanager Talks. And we'll be back after these messages on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion, and Yankton.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermilion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermilion.
And welcome back to Tanager Basketball here in Sioux Falls on the campus of Sioux Falls Christian. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. We are in quarter 3 of the junior varsity game with a minute 26 to go. Vermilion trails 31-18. That is on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. And this is Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Hope you enjoyed our interview with Casey Hansen as she's making her it'll be her third appearance this game. Fourth game that she's been back. The first game was the Florence Henry game at the Blizzard Buster Classic in Irene, Wakanda, and she didn't make an appearance. She did suit up and she warmed up, but that would be it. Well, I tell you what, out there right now for Vermilion, Sydney Johnson, Izzy Richardson, Madigan Wallen, Maya Halverson, and have the right one here, Delaney Smith. I tell you, Izzy Richardson hit a nice little jumper from the baseline, and that ball was inbounded to Madigan Wallen. They're going to call a jump ball. Okay, there seemed to be a lot of contact there, but it does seem like this year they're quicker to call the jump balls rather than fouls, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Just takes a little getting used to. And I tell you, Sydney Johnson, she's a 5'5" sophomore. Looks like she has a lot of ability out there, just from what I've seen, and I think there's a future there as well. All right, there was a foul on the shot, so for Sioux Falls Christian, going to the line will be number 23, Chloe Bottleson. She's a 5'4" 8th grader. Again, a minute 7 to go here in the third quarter. 31-18, Vermilion trails Sioux Falls Christian. And after this game, we'll start the varsity action, which will feature the 10-3 Vermilion Tanager Girls team against the 13-1 Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. They are ranked 4th in Class A. As we kind of went through the records, and we'll go through it again how they got here. It's going to be I think it's going to be a great matchup. Talked to Coach DeYoung with Sioux Falls Christian. They play about 8 or 9 players, so we'll see how deep they get into the bench. But here's Sioux Falls Christian with 57 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Gets the ball down on the block. And that is going to be a foul on Vermilion as Mia Barnett. Nope. They have it weird here. Okay, so I think that's Oakley. Maybe. I don't know.
That one up there.
So that three-point attempt is no good. Rebound to Madigan Wallen. Wallen drives in. She is fouled on the shot. And she'll be fouled by Kinsey Papama. The line to shoot to will be Madigan Wallen. Vermilion trails 32-18. Misses the first with 38.9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Second free throw is up, and that one rolls out as well. Rebound to Sioux Falls Christian. McKinley Reitzma brings the ball up. And that shot is off, and Madigan Wallen gets the rebound. Shot clock is off. We'll see if Vermilion plays for the last shot. 32-18. As they get the ball down to Wallen, as she is fouled on the shot, unable to make it. Looked a little exasperated there. Same thing happened just the last drive down the basket. drive down the court as she was unable to connect, hoping to get an old-fashioned three-point play, but gets 2 free throws, and the first one goes in. Nothing but net on that one, making it 32-19. 11.3 seconds remaining in the third quarter of JV action here on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. And this is Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And the second one, nothing but net, 32-20. 10 seconds to go. As Sioux Falls Christian leads Vermilion in JV action. They get it down into the paint, and that is on the ground. That will be a... Nope, they're just going to let the clock run out. So after 3, in JV action, Vermilion trails Sioux Falls Christian 32-20. We'll take a timeout on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion.
The first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
And we're back for the fourth quarter. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. Vermilion trails 32-20 in this JV matchup against Sioux Falls Christian. Sydney Johnson with the ball, gets it down to Izzy Richardson, goes up with the left hand, and she is fouled as she drives into the lane. She will go to the line to shoot 2. On the court for Vermilion, Sydney Johnson, Izzy Richardson, Maya Halverson, Madigan Wallen, and Delaney Schmidt for Vermilion. For Sioux Falls Christian, their numbers are a little harder to read. They're white uniforms with silver numbers. That free throw is no good. I believe they're going to call a lane violation, so she will get another free throw attempt here. Checking out is Kinsey Popama. Checking in is Jasmine Vanderhaar. That free throw is no good. Bounces off. Richardson went for the rebound, but did not get it. It got into the hands of Madigan Wallen. Oh, that one is unable to be handled. That pass, drive into the lane by number 33, Oakley Hadler. She's a freshman who plays varsity. That makes it 34-20 with 6:27 to go here in the fourth quarter of this JV matchup. And there's another turnover for Vermilion into the hands of Sioux Falls Christian. Bringing the ball up is Neely Stanford, a 5'9 freshman, and that is out of bounds off of Vermilion. Ball will remain with Sioux Falls Christian. 26 seconds on the shot clock. When this game is over, we will have our First Dakota National Bank pregame show. It will include interviews with Coach John Brooks and Dan DeYoung of the two teams. We'll take a look at the polls, matchups around the state tonight, brought to you by the Vermilion Medical Clinic. And there is a shot by Sioux Falls Christian that does go in, making it 36-20 or 38-20, and a foul. So going for the and one is Tavin Sickmeller, a 5'10 sophomore for this Sioux Falls Christian team. And the foul was on Delaney Schmidt. That free throw is up and no good. Rebound to Halverson. Halverson clears, brings the ball up down the right side of the court. And Johnson is fouled by number 33. Oakley Hadler with the foul. That is the second team foul. Hadler's fourth personal. Hadler checks out. Jasmine Vanderhaar checks in. Here's Delaney Smith, gets the ball into Madigan Wallen. Wallen gets it across to Richardson, Izzy Richardson. Here's McKinley Reitzma bringing the ball up. That shot is no good. Rebound, Wallen. Wallen down to Maya Halverson. No good. That ball is out of bounds, off of Vermilion. So 5:27 to go here in the fourth quarter of this JV matchup. Vermilion trails Sioux Falls Christian 38-20. Checking in for Sioux Falls Christian is number 15, Tori Peterson. Oh, and they're going to call Delaney Schmidt with the foul. And she's like, my hands were straight up in the air. All right, and that is Delaney's third personal foul. And that's tough on the defensive side. You know, if there's contact made, they tend to call it. And the first free throw is good for Alira Dorhout. Makes it 39-20. With this free throw, looking to double up Vermilion right now, and they do. It is 40-20 with 5:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. That ball is knocked out of bounds. That'll be out of bounds off of Vermilion, so back to Sioux Falls Christian. And again, this is Vermilion Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for 150 years. In fact, over 150 years now. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, plus a friendly team of professional bankers ready to put you first. All right, there's a foul. Let's see who that was on. And that was on Tavin Sickmiller. So Vermilion will inbound the ball. Here's Maya Halverson bringing the ball up down the sideline. That is knocked out of bounds by Sioux Falls Christian. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, 4:53 to go here in this JV game. Fourth quarter, 40-20, Sioux Falls Christian leads. Johnson to inbound the ball, gets it into Maya Halverson. Oh, and Johnson just stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Oh, so close. But boy, you get the white shoes and you get a blue out-of-bounds line. It makes it a little bit easier to see, or a little bit harder to hide, however you want to describe it. That ball, errant shot there into the hands, back into the hands of Sioux Falls Christian. There's a long three-point attempt, no good. Rebound by Maya Halverson. Halverson picks up her dribble, needs to get rid of it, got it to Johnson, who lost control of it. And that Sioux Falls Christian goes up with it, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. So with 4:14 to go, Vermilion trails 40-20. And that foul will be on Johnson. That is her third. So checking in is Sugawara, checking out Maya Halverson. Also checking in for Vermilion, Callie Schultz, and checking out Madigan Wallen. And there's a three-pointer for Jasmine Vanderhaar for this Sioux Falls Christian JV team. For Vermilion also, Sienna Mount is out there. Just lost control of that. So Johnson, Sydney Johnson, Izzy Richardson, Suzu Sugawara, Sienna Mount, and Callie Schultz out there for Vermilion. And there's a three-pointer taken by McKinley Reitzma. Makes it 46-20 with 3:32 to go. They're going to call a travel on Johnson, as two players will now check in for Sioux Falls Christian. It's going to be number 12, Camden Mulder, and number 13, Aubrey Beltman. So 3:28 to go here in the fourth quarter of this JV matchup. Vermilion trails 46-20. Nice play by Izzy Richardson to steal the ball. She'll drive in, Nope, short little jumper, and that is deflected. Looked like it was deflected by Kinsey Popama, and they're going to call a jump ball. With 3:17 to go, possession arrow does favor Sioux Falls Christian. So on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, 3:17 to go, 46-20 in this JV game. Again, this being brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. A long two-point attempt there by Sioux Falls Christian. No good, off the iron. Loose ball picked up by Sioux Falls Christian with 35 seconds now back on the shot clock. And that's going to be Johnson's fourth personal. So again, this varsity matchup is going to be a great matchup tonight. Vermilion at 10-3 on the season. Sioux Falls Christian 13-1, ranked fourth in the state in Class A. And the first free throw attempt by Camden Mulder is no good. And here's some check-ins for Sioux Falls Christian. We'll try to get them as they maybe touch the ball. Mulder's second free throw in and out. Rebound to Sioux Falls Christian, no good. Rebound Izzy Richardson over to Suzu Sugawara. Here's Delaney Smith ahead to, Sienna Mount had it knocked out, but that is knocked out of bounds by number 34, McKinley Reitzma for this Sioux Falls Christian team. Vermilion they've looked a little bit different over the last couple of games with Casey Hansen back on the court, having that extra person on the bench or coming off the bench. Also feels like maybe Taylor Barta feels a little looser out there now that she's not coming out solo. That just feels a little intimidating, but now you're coming out with somebody and you're able to rest up a little bit more if you're the Tanagers. I think Coach Brooks is really excited about that. Here's a short jumper by Sioux Falls Christian, no good. Rebound Suzu Sugawara, and she lost it there into the hands of Kinsey Popama. 2:18 to go here in the fourth quarter of JV action, and there's going to be a foul on the shot. That's going to be on Callie Schultz, the 5'11 freshman for Vermilion. That is her first personal, fifth team, but either way that would have resulted in 2 free throws. First free throw for Popama is up and just off the right side. Score remains 46-20. So interesting to see how the Tanagers step up tonight against this top-notch Sioux Falls Christian girls team. We'll kind of go through how they got here, listen to our coaches' conversations, take a look again around the state during the First Dakota National Bank pregame show. 46-20, 2:12 to go. Sugawara, that pass is knocked away from Delaney Smith and out of bounds off of Sioux Falls Christian. Ball will remain with Vermilion. Mount gets it to Sugawara, and that pass from Sugawara to Smith is just too high. That ball will turn over to Sioux Falls Christian with 2:01 to go. Again, Coach Brooks had a chance to talk with him earlier today about his Tanager team. And just a reminder, they are 10-3 on the season. Those 3 losses, though, each unique in their own way with their own circumstances. The first one to Crofton at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Crofton's a unique team. I don't know that Vermilion has seen anybody else like them. Not only do they have speed and quickness, they also have a little size in Caitlin Gunther, who was we interviewed on At the Mic earlier this week. She just signed to play volleyball at Mount Marty. There's a turnover from Sioux Falls Christian. Vermilion inbounds the ball with 1:40 to go. Here's Mount. Mount kicks it over to Callie. And that ball is stolen away by Sioux Falls Christian. Bringing the ball up is number 33, Oakley Hadler. And that ball is knocked out of bounds. That will go over to Vermilion. So a lot of turnovers. We've been at 46-20 for a number of minutes now. But it's a good playing experience for this JV squad as Izzy Richardson brings the ball up. Gets it into Sugawara. Nope, not into Sugawara. Sienna Mount. Oh, Mount picked up her dribble, but she got it off to Izzy Richardson. Here's Delaney Smith. Schmidt to Sugawara. That shot no good. Rebound to Oakley Hadler. As she pushes the ball up on the right-hand side. Less than a minute to go in this JV matchup. Vermilion will fall. Just a matter of finding a final score here. 21 seconds on the shot clock. As here's Hadler with the ball up top. And Sioux Falls Christian back to Oakley Hadler. They move it around to the right side. 9 seconds on the shot clock. And that's a Papama drive, and that'll be a foul on Delaney Smith. That'll be her 4th personal, I believe. Oh, nope, they called it on Callie Schmidt. Callie Schultz. They called it on Callie Schultz. That's her 1st personal. Sorry. 46-20. 30 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter of this JV matchup. So at the line to shoot 2, number 12 for Sioux Falls Christian, Camden Mulder, and she misses the second, 47-20. Here's Delaney Schmidt, gets it down low to Izzy. Izzy goes up, and that is among the trees, has the ball knocked back to her, and that is in the paint. That will be a jump ball with 15.9 seconds remaining. And the possession arrow favors Sioux Falls Christian. They will inbound the ball again, 15.9 seconds remaining. So obviously it's 7:21. The varsity game will get started a little bit later than expected or scheduled, as it clock winds down. 3, 2, 1, and that will do it. Vermilion's JV falls 47-20. We'll be back with our First Dakota National Bank pregame show after these messages here on Vermilion Streaming. Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We'll be back after these messages.
Interior technicians.
I'm ready for my big role, Jerry.
What do you mean?
You said I'd be in your next 30 commercials.
No. I said Intech has over 30 years of commercial cleaning experience. You know, like offices, so they can ensure happy visitors and a healthy workforce.
So the shoot's in an office? I can make that work.
Oh my goodness. When you need it clean, call the Intech team.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermilion, they strive to provide the highest quality patient-centered dental care in a friendly, relaxing atmosphere. Knutson Family Dentistry works hard to provide the best cosmetic, general, and emergency dental treatment in the area. With over 50 years of combined dental experience, the latest dental technology, and a professional and compassionate staff, they're your top choice for dental care. Call for an appointment at 605-857-8008. Knutson Family Dentistry of Vermilion.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball from the campus of Sioux Falls Christian in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. My name is Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley, where we're getting ready to bring you the Tanagers at 10-3 as they get ready to take on the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers at 13-1, ranked 4th in the most recent South Dakota Prep Media Poll. Both teams are taking the court right now. And so we had a chance to sit down with Coach Dan DeYoung of the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers earlier today. And here is how that conversation went with Coach Dan DeYoung.
Welcome back to our coaches conversation. And on the line, we have Coach Dan DeYoung of the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. Coach, it's game day. How are you feeling?
Yeah, we're excited to be able to get out there. It's been a busy couple of weeks for our girls, so they're excited to go. We're kind of in our rhythm right now of the season, and we're excited to be able to play Vermilion tonight.
Yeah, it's, really one of the biggest matchups, obviously of the night, but big matchup of the season. Two of the top girls teams in Class A. You guys come in with just the one loss on the season to Wagner. Is this kind of what you expected, what you thought you guys could accomplish coming into this season?
Yeah, I'm just super pumped for our girls. They've been just working hard in practice every single day. You know, they're just trying to get 1% better, and they're really buying into that. So we just take it one game at a time. You know, we enjoy it the night of if we get a win, and we learn from it if we lose. And we just continue to try to get better right now. Vermilion's a really, really good team. It's going to be a tough challenge tonight, and we knew that going in and before the season, and it's coming true again tonight.
Well, and you talk about trying to get better. You know, when somebody looks at your roster, you're a team that doesn't have a ton of seniors. You have a lot of juniors and sophomores. So is that improvement something that you're seeing a lot of just because as they're starting to play more basketball and playing together?
Yeah, we had a great senior class that we graduated that played a lot of minutes for us last season. So we're coming in here. We play a lot of different girls. A lot of times we'll get 9, 10 girls into the game, and we kind of see how it's going to be able to go from there. Different girls have been stepping up for us every single night, and that's really fun. I think we've had 8 different leading scorers throughout the season so far this year, and that just makes it really fun to see a different girl step up in different situations. We are a young team. We haven't played together a ton coming in before this, so just watching them gel together, figure out how to play together. I think the biggest thing is just how unselfish our team is. They don't care who's getting the points. They're just focused on playing hard and getting the best opportunity and the best shots up.
Well, that is good to hear. With your team, how do you approach it offensively, and what kind of defensive mindset do you have? Do you try to work it inside then outside, or are you an outside shooting team? How do you guys approach that game to game?
Yeah, our tallest starter is only 5'9", so we're shorter going into it. You know, with Vermilion, they have, you know, a lot of length on it with, you know, Jensen at 6 foot and Voss at 5'11", and the Cleveland girls 5'8". So obviously that's going to be some challenges for us just with our height. One thing defensively is on all make baskets, we get up a lot of pressure with full court press. That's kind of our identity on defense. Want to make it a fast-paced game to use our speed and just how hard our girls work. And they've really bought into that philosophy and that mindset. We use a lot of our defense to be able to generate our offense. And we just try to find the strengths of every single girl to be able to put them in good positions to be able to succeed. And that's been working out for us so far this year.
All right. Well, now who are, I know you say you try to get sometimes 8, 9 girls in. Who are some of the maybe on-court leaders? Maybe it might not be statistically, but just the girls that when they're out there, they're almost like a coach on the floor.
Yeah, Jackson Swift, she's been starting for us for 3 years. She's a senior for us. She's played a lot of minutes for us at Sioux Falls Christian. She's been to 2 state tournaments and played a lot of minutes for us. So she's kind of our girl that we can always rely on to be able to been in those big situations before. Maya Nelson's our point guard. She started for us last year. She played quite a bit as a freshman as well. And she brings a lot of experience for us, and it's just kind of fun to watch those 2 guards, feel comfortable in these situations. Have the game slow down for them a little bit this year.
And then defensively, I know you said you use your defense to create some offense in high pressure. What are some aspects of this Vermilion team? I know you mentioned their length that pose some challenges for you.
Yeah, their point guard, the Ruvers girl's really quick. She's really smooth and handles the ball really, really well. So we're going to have to keep her in front of us if we want to be successful. When she gets downhill and she gets in the middle of the lane, she's tough because she can pass it out to open shooters, and they hit really, really well. So I think that's going to be a big key to be able to keep Ruvers in front of us. She does such a nice job leading that team as a freshman. Then obviously Brooke Jensen's really a nice player. She's been there for, starting for 3 years now. She's a long athlete that can be able to score at all 3 phases of the game.
All right. Well, Coach, I think people are in for a treat tonight. I think it's going to be a great matchup, and I'm looking forward to seeing your team in action in person. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk with me today. Really appreciate it, and best of luck tonight.
I appreciate having me on. Hopefully it's a great game. Take care.
You too. That was Coach Dan DeYoung of the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers here on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. Almost said ESPN Radio, but due to USD basketball, this is exclusively on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. We'll be back after these messages from our Vermilion sportscasters.
the wait when your furnace and AC needs repair by joining Larry's Heating and Cooling, Comfort Care, and Elite Care Club. Larry's Comfort Care Club features seasonal maintenance discounts on service and no overtime charges. Larry's Elite Club includes seasonal maintenance, free parts, free labor, free service calls, and both mean you are in front of the line for service. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling and sign up for the Comfort Care or Elite Care Club. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
You are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills. We'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermilion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Vermilion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, serving their customers for over 150 years. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. We are in Sioux Falls on the campus of Sioux Falls Christian High School. Well, we heard from Coach Dan DeYoung. Well, I also had a chance to sit down with John Brooks, head coach of the Vermilion Tanagers, to discuss this matchup, one of the top matchups in the state, not only tonight, but so far this season. Here's how that conversation went.
Welcome back to our coaches conversation, and on the line we have Coach John Brooks of the Vermilion Lady Tanagers. Coach, it's another game day. We're getting ready for Sioux Falls Christian. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, we got a nice win on Tuesday against Beersford to get the week started, and now a very, very talented Sioux Falls Christian team at their place. So, it's never easy at Christian, and they're ranked number 3 in the state. So it would be a great test for our team on the road, and hopefully we can go up there and give them a good game and give ourselves a chance here in the fourth quarter.
Well, and that's exactly right. They are a team that, you look at their record, their one loss is to a Wagner team that, I'll be honest, the Wagner team seems to be hard to figure out this season. Otherwise, they have really been consistent in just being able to beat all of their opponents. And so what is it that this Sioux Falls Christian team does that can pose some challenges for your squad?
Well, it all starts with their press. They run a very aggressive 2-2-1 press, and if you cannot handle the basketball against them, they're going to turn you over a ton. They're very athletic all across the board. So first and foremost is handling that. And then they scramble back to a very aggressive man-to-man defense, so have to be very efficient with our half-court offense once we break that press. So those will be two keys to getting good shots. And then them on the offensive side, they're very much like us. They're very balanced. They don't rely on one or two kids. All their kids can put the ball on the floor. All their kids can shoot it. So they're a very difficult team to guard as well. So they're a very complete basketball team.
And they are. They are complete. They are well balanced. Who are some of the leaders on their team, though, that when you go in, it's like these are definitely the ones we want to make sure we're not allowing to get good looks from the outside, or that we're keeping focused on the inside?
Yeah, Swift and Nelson for them are knockdown three-point shooters. They've been in their backcourt for the last 2 or 3 years. They both shoot it very, very well. So we cannot be letting those girls get open looks. So that'll be a huge emphasis for us defensively. And then from there, they just put a lot of athletes out there with Vanderleest, Van Beek, the Wrights girls playing really, really well for them. They bring the Lenz girl off the bench, all of them between 5'10", 5'11", long, athletic, and then they can all score it as well. So, like I said, they're very, very balanced. It seems like a new kid is the leading scorer for them for every game. So we have to be ready to guard all 5.
Well, and you guys have a team that's, like you've said, balanced as well. You now kind of with Casey coming back into the fold, you have a rotation of 7 and really 3 players averaging in double figures, and then Brooklyn, Casey, and Janaea, just on that cusp of 6 to 8 or 9 points, and then Taylor, we talked about, really seems to have elevated with Casey coming back into the fold and not being put out there kind of on her own as the bench. How have you seen in the last few games just the development of this team?
yeah, we're starting to get pretty comfortable offensively, which is nice to see. It's something that we've kind of been working on all year. We've really hit hard the last 2 to 3 weeks, and our girls are really starting to score the basketball. And we feel like if we can do that, we're pretty good. So hopefully that can continue on the road here tonight. Both these teams, Sioux Falls Christian and us, are very, very similar. I think you're going to see a lot of similarities out of both teams. We both like to press. We both like to play man defense. We're both very balanced offensively. So really it's just going to come down to who executes better, who makes a few more plays down the stretch is going to end up winning the game.
Well, and it should be a good matchup. Again, we're kind of in the middle of this stretch that we've talked about. Where you have a game, you have a night off, you have a game, a night off, then you face Aberdeen and Roncalli on Saturday, and then again come back and do it again on Monday. How do you feel just overall about the team as you're heading into kind of the last third of the season? This is when you really want to be hitting your stride, getting ready for regions, especially with the rest of the landscape in Class A.
Yeah, it's time. I think we kind of talked about that a little bit the other night, and it's February, starting with the Sioux Falls Christian game. So everything's right around the corner in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and now's the time when you want to start really amping up and playing your best basketball. And we're going to get that opportunity to play really, really good teams over the next 2 to 3 weeks leading into region. So we're going to kind of find out exactly how well we are playing. And hopefully we can make some adjustments as needed. And but yeah, like you said, now's the time where you want to hit your stride and really play well. So obviously tonight's game would be a huge game for us if we could find a way. If not, we move on to the next one. We have a lot more opportunities before region starts. So should be a fun close to the season, and region's is right around the corner.
All right. Well, Coach Brooks, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. Best of luck tonight against Sioux Falls Christian, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, Michael.
That was Coach John Brooks of the Vermilion Lady Tanagers here on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube as we get ready to bring you the Vermilion Tanagers and the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers in a big-time South Dakota Class A matchup. We'll be right back after these messages from our Vermilion sportscasters.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermilion.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store on the corner of 15th and Broadway. We have what you need this holiday season. The freshest flowers and plants, home decor, candles, games, puzzles, socks, a great foodie corner, and of course beautiful jewelry, because we love things that sparkle. Be sure to stop by and see all that we have. It will surprise you. Shop local, shop Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store.
Welcome back to Vermilion Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. As we get ready to start the action, they'll be playing the national anthem and announcing starting lineups. We will announce starting lineups real quick. Starting for Vermilion, or starting for, sorry. I have it here, I promise. Starting for Sioux Falls Christian will be number 1, 5'7" sophomore, Aubrey Van Beek. Number 4, 5'8" junior, Katie Vanderleest. Number 5, 5'9" senior, Jackson Swift. Number 11, 5'9" junior, Avery Wrights. And number 20, 5'6" junior, Maya Nelson. We're going to pause as they will be playing the national anthem. That was our national anthem. And I want to say thank you to all the veterans and active duty military personnel out there. Special shout out to one Leela Schumacher getting her mechanic certification and license. Reese, as she's becoming a mechanic in the National Guard. She is in Idaho right now, becoming a large and small automobile and truck mechanic. So they are announcing the starting lineups. They announced, obviously, Vermilion's first since we are in Sioux Falls. But again, for Vermilion, it'll be Taylor Roovers, number 11, the 5'3", 8th grade guard, averaging 10.1 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Brooklyn Voss, the 5'11", senior guard, number 21, averaging 5.8 points per game, 3.1 rebounds, and 2.2 assists. Janaea Cleveland, the 5'8", senior guard, number 22, averaging 7.5 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, and 2.4 assists. Number 25, Chandler Cleveland, a 5'9", senior guard, averaging 10.8 points per game and 2.3 rebounds. And finally, Brooke Jensen, the Augustana commit, number 33, 6'1" junior, averaging 12.3 points per game and 6.9 rebounds. So that is your starting lineup for Vermilion. Off the bench, you'll mainly see Casey Hansen and Taylor Barta. Taylor is averaging 2.6 points per game, along with 1.2 rebounds and an assist. Casey Hansen, in her 3 games back, she's averaging 9 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And again, for Sioux Falls Christian, Van Beek, Vanderleest, Swift, Wright, and Nelson will be the starters. So we're getting ready to start here as the 4th-ranked Sioux Falls Christian Chargers at 13-1 get ready to take on the Vermilion Tanagers at 10-3. Of course, the Tanagers will then face receiving votes Aberdeen Roncalli. And here we go. Brooklyn Voss wins the jump against Avery Wrights. Vermilion moving away from me against on Vermilion streaming. Vermilion in those red uniforms with white numbers and letters with black trim. They get it down to Chandler Cleveland on the block. She's unable to handle it, and they are going to call a jump ball, and that will go over to Sioux Falls Christian. So Sioux Falls Christian will take over possession with 7:43 to go here in the first quarter. To Sioux Falls Christian, cross-court passes here. And that's number 1, Van Beek. Gets it in to Avery Wrights. Wrights back to Van Beek. Over to Nelson, and that pass to Van Beek. She drives in, up with the left hand, and no good. Chandler almost had the rebound, unable to contain it. They get it into number 11, and that is Wrights. Wrights is down in the paint, moving the ball around, and the 3-point attempt for Sioux Falls Christian, no good. Rebound, Taylor Roovers. Wow, a lot of activity down there. Roovers gets the ball over to Chandler. Here's Janaea on the right-hand side. Looks like there might be a little contact tonight. You know, that's the way they call it. That's the way they call it. But, and that pass from Brooklyn Voss is knocked out of bounds by Sioux Falls Christian. But if that first possession is any indication, they're going to allow a little bit of play tonight. So that's something that we'll need to get used to and keep an eye on if that affects our play at all. Here's Taylor Roovers at the top of the key. Over to Voss on the left-hand side. There's Janaea. Over to Chandler Cleveland. Chandler, with 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock, has the ball knocked away by Van Beek. Van Beek driving in the paint, goes up, and no good. And that shot is no good as well from Avery Wrights. Rebound, Janaea Cleveland. Boy, Sioux Falls Christian just doesn't look like they have their outside shot right now. And here's Janaea Cleveland into the paint, goes up with the right hand, and they're going to call an offensive foul? I thought they were going to call a travel, but they called an offensive foul on Janaea Cleveland. That's her first personal, first team. I thought it was a travel. I didn't think it was a foul. And there's a pass across the court to Van Beek. Down low to Nelson. Up and no good. And there's a rebound by Avery Wrights, and she puts it up for the first 2 points of the game. Again, a lot of contact down there. Here's Roovers into the paint, up at the right hand, up and good. Taylor Roovers took it coast to coast. 2-2 with 5:48 to go. That pass ahead to Van Beek. She gets it back to Vanderleest. And that is knocked off of Chandler Cleveland's foot, so with 25 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Sioux Falls Christian will inbound. It's Jackson Swift along the sideline. Gets it into Maya Nelson. Nelson over to Vanderleest. Up to Swift. And here's a drive, and nope, no three-pointer. Oh, out to Vanderleest for three, no good. Rebound, Janaea Cleveland. That's Janaea's second rebound of the night. And Brooklyn Voss loses control. As she was looking to drive in, just lost control of it, out of bounds, turnover to Sioux Falls Christian. 2-2 with 5:17 to go here in the first quarter. Well-played defensive battle. Pass down low is blocked by Brooke Jensen. And here's Roovers, gets it over to Chandler Cleveland on the left-hand side. Chandler, the second leading scorer on this team. Here's Roovers, drives in, kicks it out to Voss. Voss out to Jensen. Jensen, short jumper, that'll be off. Rebound to Sioux Falls Christian to Vanderleest. No, to Swift, sorry. And they're going to call a travel on Maya Nelson. Nelson did not gather her feet. Took a few steps there, so checking out will be number 11, Avery Wrights, and number 1, Aubrey Van Beek. Checking in, looks like Maya Van Donge. And number 12, Sydney Shop. Here's Chandler Cleveland. As Vermillion moves the ball around, cross-court pass, skip pass over to Janaea Cleveland. Chandler for three. Oh, off the back iron, rebound to Swift. Swift pushes it up. Gets it into Shop. Shop kicks it over to the side. There's a short little jumper for Maya Van Donge. 4-2. Sioux Falls Christian leads. Cross-court pass to Roovers. Roovers, short jumper, no good. Not sure if they got a piece of that or if she just miscalculated. That ball stolen away by Janaea Cleveland. Janaea doesn't have the numbers, decides not to pull up the jumper. Brooke Jensen, that'll be off to the right. So both teams just look a little off with their shots so far tonight. And we are over 4 minutes into this game, 3:49 to go. Incoming for Vermillion, Casey Hansen and Taylor Barta. Coming out, Brooklyn Voss and Janaea Cleveland. So again, for Vermillion, Hansen, Barta, Jensen, Cleveland, and Roovers. Chandler Cleveland, that is. Sioux Falls Christian moving the ball back and forth. Good ball movement, breaks any press there as they kick it out. And here's Swift at the top of the key. That ball is knocked out of bounds by Casey Hansen. Casey looks like she's getting a lot of her speed back, a lot of her quickness. And that is not a good thing if you're an opponent of these Tanagers. As Sioux Falls Christian gets the ball in, 17 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Swift gets the ball across to Vanderleest. Vanderleest. Back to Swift. They get it down low to Van Donge. And that will be good. 6-2. Van Donge off the bench now has 4 points. Chandler Cleveland ahead. Short jumper, and that will be off. Rebound to Vanderleest. So 6-2. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. That ball is knocked out into the hands of Casey Hansen, into Taylor Roovers. Roovers gets it down low to Chandler Cleveland, and the bunny is good. Chandler Cleveland on the assist from Taylor Roovers makes it 6-4, breaks that 4-0 run that Christian was on. 2:39 to go. Here's a three-point attempt, no good, off the back iron. Rebound, Taylor Barta. Nice scramble there by Barta. Gets the ball to Roovers. And Vermillion looks to tie this up or take the lead. Jensen to Barta. Barta back to Chandler Cleveland. Has the ball knocked away by Jackson Swift. And Swift from the top of the key, that will be off. And that did not even catch rim. So that will be over to Vermillion with 2:09 to go. Swift has looked like she might be a little bit off today. So Van Beek checks in. Wrights checks in, as well as Maya Nelson. Also out there, Emery Lems. Brooklyn Voss gets it over to Roovers. Casey Hansen thought about the three. Roovers gets it over to Voss. Up, and they're going to call a foul on the shot. So Voss will go to the line to shoot two. And the foul is being called on number 21, Maya Van Donge. So that is the first personal, first team. So Voss or Hansen will go to the line to shoot two. First free throw is up and no good. Second free throw for Hansen is up, and that is pure. 6-5, minute 47 to go here in the first quarter. Sioux Falls Christian moving the ball around. Here is Van Beek. Kicks it out to Swift. Here's Avery Wrights. Back to Van Beek. A minute 28 to go. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Van Beek has that ball stolen away by Brooklyn Voss. Gets it into the hands of Brooke Jensen. Here's Casey Hansen with that big brace on her right knee. Tore her ACL in May. Rehabbed to come back. Thought it was going to be a March return, but she pushed the deadline. Got the okay from the doctors. So checking in, Jackson Swift and Katie Vanderleest for Sioux Falls Christian. That ball was out of bounds off of Sioux Falls Christian, so Vermilion will inbound it with 23 seconds on the shot clock. Brooke Jensen gets it back to Hansen. Hansen, Taylor Barta drives in, and she is tied up, or nope, they're going to call a jump ball. Wow, okay. So 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Vermilion trails 6-5. Possession arrow favors Vermilion. So with 14 seconds on the shot clock, Hansen inbounds to Jensen. Back to Hansen on the block. Hansen up with the left hand, and just rolls off the rim. So 52 seconds in the quarter. Oh, that is a double dribble by Van Beek, and she knew it as soon as she did it. She thought about the jumper, decided not to, and went with the dribble again. So Hansen inbounds to Roovers. Roovers back to Hansen. Hansen with the long outlet pass to Jensen. Jensen into the paint, short jumper, and that is good. Brooke Jensen with a short jumper. Vermilion has their first lead of the game, 7-6 with 36 seconds to go in the first quarter. And that ball was attempted to be saved by Sioux Falls Christian. She stepped on the sideline, and that was Vanderleest. So that ball will return to Vermilion. Shot clock is off. Vermilion has their first lead of the game, 7-6. 30 seconds remaining in the game. We'll see if they play for one final shot. And that ball is stolen away. And Aubrey Van Beek is fouled by Brooklyn Voss. Brooklyn does not agree. So that is Brooklyn's first personal. Second team, first free throw is no good. Score remains Vermilion 7, Sioux Falls Christian 6 with 20.3 seconds remaining. Second free throw is up and no good. And Voss had the rebound, and Vanderleest was just over her back. I'm not quite sure why there wasn't a foul called. Then they called it out of bounds. So inbounding the ball will be Swift with 18.6 seconds remaining. Here's Vanderleest. Back to Swift. And they're going to call another double dribble. So ball will go back to Vermilion with 12.6 seconds remaining. Hansen will inbound the ball. It's Hansen, Roovers, Brooke Jensen, Brooklyn Voss, and Janaea Cleveland. That ball is stolen away. And that is a short little jumper bounced in by Sioux Falls Christian. 3 seconds to go. Brooke Jensen, three-pointer, and that is no good. Vermilion at the quarter trails 8-7. We'll be back after this timeout, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Vermilion, streaming on YouTube.
Your crew is craving Pizza Ranch? It's easy to order online at pizzaranch.com. Online ordering makes it fast and easy to order craveable crispy ranch chicken or build your favorite pizza exactly how you like it. And now, for even more convenience, place your favorite order with just one tap. So when you're craving pizza or the country's best chicken, go to pizzaranch.com and start your order. For craveable food and convenient online ordering, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
For the Perks card from Pump and Pack? Well, guess what? There's an addition, not just a card, it's an app. The Pump and Perks app and the Pump and Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermilion. Just go to their Facebook page, Pump and Pack, and scan the QR code and you're in. Or go to the store, Pump and Pack, and get the card. Then download the app. Each one does the same thing. Like give you 5 cents off per gallon every day, except for Sunday, it's double with the Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermilion.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. After one quarter, it is 8-7 in favor of Sioux Falls Christian. They begin with possession as they inbound the ball. Here's Maya Nelson, guarded by Janaea Cleveland. Gets it over to Swift. Swift gets it over to Vanderleest. Vanderleest back to Avery Wrights. 15 seconds on the shot clock, up with the left hand. Blocked by Janaea Cleveland. So Vermilion looking to take a lead again. 8-7, they trail. Here's Chandler Cleveland for three, no good. Rebound Janaea, and they're going to call a foul on Sioux Falls Christian as Janaea Cleveland grabbed her third rebound of the game. And that foul is being called, I believe, on Maya Nelson. Maya Nelson with her first personal, first team of the quarter. Vermilion to inbound. Janaea gets it down to Voss, and Voss is fouled. I believe they're going to call it on Vanderleest. That'll be the second personal foul of the quarter. That is Vanderleest's first personal foul. Brooke Jensen at the top of the key, drives in, goes up with the right hand, and no good. But gets the own rebound after being tipped by Janaea Cleveland. No good with the turnaround. 8-7 still. And that three-point attempt is good for Sioux Falls Christian. That was Maya Nelson with the three. Makes it 11-7 with 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Roovers pushes it ahead to Chandler Cleveland. Chandler with a turnaround jumper, Bunny in the paint, and that is her fourth point of the game. Makes it 11-9, 6:49 to go here in the second quarter. Tossing the ball back and forth. Here's Avery Wrights. Wrights gets it out to Nelson. Nelson goes in, and that ball is stolen away by Chandler Cleveland. Possibly could have called a travel there, but nothing called. You heard the crowd probably. 6:26 to go. Vermilion trails 11-9. Three-pointer for Roovers. No good. Off the iron. Rebound to Aubrey Van Beek as she drives in. And that has to be an offensive foul, and it is on Van Beek. That'll be Van Beek's first personal, third team foul of this quarter. Good positioning by Taylor Roovers. So 11-9 with 6:16 to go in the second quarter. Vermilion trails 11-9. Janaea gets the ball into Roovers. Roovers drives in, cuts, splits the defense there, gets it back to Roovers from Jensen. Down to Chandler. Chandler out to Jensen. Jensen drives in at the elbow, spin move up with the right hand, no good. Rebound by Sioux Falls Christian. They get it ahead to Van Beek. Van Beek drives in, kicks it out to Swift. That is no good. Rebound to Roovers. Roovers gets it ahead to Janaea Cleveland, and Janaea, they're going to call a foul. Probably on the floor. Either way, it's the fifth foul of the quarter. We'll see who they called it on. And that is on Swift. That is Swift's first personal. That is the fourth team foul. I apologize. Inbounds to Vermilion. Short little jumper by Roovers. No good. Nothing falling for Vermilion. Not much falling for Sioux Falls Christian either. And here is Vanderleest. Gets it out to Avery Wrights. Wrights drives in. Kicks it out to Van Donge. Van Donge puts it up and good. She now has 6 points on the night. Makes it 13-9 with 5:22 to go. Jensen over to Janaea Cleveland. Janaea down the left-hand side. On the elbow. Looking for someone to get the ball to. Gets it over to Chandler. Here's Janaea out at the three-point line. Drives into the paint. Gets it over to Chandler. Chandler with the short jumper. No good. Rebound. Jackson Swift. As Sioux Falls Christian pushes it up, kicks it over, and here's Avery Wrights for three. No good. Rebound Van Donge. No good. Rebound into the hands of Sioux Falls Christian, and that has to be a travel. Yes, they do call a travel on Swift. And we're going to get a timeout called by Vermilion. We'll take a timeout as well. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. You are watching Tanager basketball on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion trails with 4:45 to go, 13-9.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermilion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermilion.
Sherco in Vermilion is a full-service service center. Sherco LLC is an industry-leading supplier of tarp systems to the transportation industry and is located in Vermilion, South Dakota. Sherco Vermilion supports their customers in the agricultural, construction, waste, and flatbed market. Become a part of the Sherco team. Go to sure-co.com, about us/careers. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Welcome back to Tanager basketball on Vermilion, streaming on YouTube with 4:45 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion trails 13-9. They will be coming out of this timeout, that Murph's Appliance timeout. Looking to trim that deficit. Here's Jensen out of the three-point line. Gets it over to Roovers. Roovers drives in the baseline, goes up with the right hand, no good. Gets her own rebound, and boy, is not fouled, I guess. Okay. And Van Donge able to put that up and put it in. She now has 8 points, 8 of the 15 for Sioux Falls Christian. Here's Jensen. Gets it over to Roovers. I said they're going to allow a lot of contact. Nice assist to Brooklyn Voss. Voss from the block puts it up, and Roovers with the assist makes it 15-11. Now they just need a stop. Here's Sioux Falls Christian driving in. That's Nelson. Nelson over to Shop. Back to Van Donge. Van Donge loses it out of bounds, and that is off of Vermilion. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 3:47 on the game clock here in the second quarter as Vermilion trails 15-11. Really fast-paced game, a lot of physicality. The shots haven't been dropping for everybody, and that is a travel. Travel called on Emery Lems, I believe. So with 3:44 to go, Vermilion trails 15-11. Janaea Cleveland will inbound the ball. Gets it into Jensen. Jensen gets it to Voss. Voss gets it across the timeline. Gets it over to Roovers. Cross court to Chandler Cleveland. Up and in. Nice pass by Taylor Roovers. Nice putback. Put up by Chandler Cleveland. Makes it 15-13. 3:28 to go. They get the ball in to Avery Wrights. Over to Shop. Good ball movement by the Sioux Falls Christian team. As they get it into Nelson. Nelson has that ball knocked away by Chandler Cleveland. Out of bounds, off of Chandler. Sioux Falls Christian will have to inbound. 16 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Hansen and Barta check back in. For Vermilion, checking out are Janaea and Chandler Cleveland. Out there for Sioux Falls Christian, you have Maya Van Donge, Avery Wrights, Emery Lems, Jackson Swift, and that ball is knocked out of bounds by Brooke Jensen with 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. So again, like I said, Swift, Van Donge, Avery Wrights, Sydney Shop, and Maya Nelson. Swift with the inbounds pass, gets it into Nelson. Here's Swift at the three-point line, picked up by Brooke Jensen. Gets it down to Van Donge. Van Donge gets it down to, it's going to be fouled on the floor with 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. That was Avery Wright putting that up. So that'll give him a fresh 35 with 2:59 to go on the game clock. Here's Avery Wright as they get it across to Swift for three. No good. Rebound to Casey Hansen. Nope. Rebound to Sydney Shop. Avery Wright drives in. Gets the ball out to Shop. They try to get it down low, and they're going to call a foul on Brooklyn Voss. That'll be Voss's second personal. She did not have good position. Not sure how much contact she made, but whenever you're in a position like that, they are going to call that. So Voss comes out. Chandler Cleveland comes in. That is Voss's second personal, second team of the quarter. That was Jackson Swift inbounding the ball. Sioux Falls Christian with good ball movement. Here's a three-point attempt. No good. Brooke Jensen with the rebound. Here's a chance for Vermilion to tie it up or take the lead. Here's Taylor Roovers out at the three-point line. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Casey Hansen. That's Casey's first personal. Third team foul. Not quite sure. I know they're calling more of those picks. I did not quite see what they saw, but it is what it is. So Swift back to Nelson. And here's Wright and a cross-court pass. Vanderleest, good ball movement again for this Christian team. Jackson Swift off, but rebound by Sydney Shop. Fresh 35, drive in by Sioux Falls Christian, no good. Brooke Jensen with the rebound. Gets it over to Roovers. Roovers over to Taylor. To Chandler on the left-hand side. Over to Roovers. Gets it down low to Jensen on the block. Up with the right hand. Up and in. Brooke Jensen up and in on the assist from Roovers. Makes it 15-15. Minute 40 to go here in the second quarter. Here's Swift getting the ball over to Lems. That ball is knocked into the hands of Brooke Jensen. Knocked into the hands by Casey Hansen. Roovers over to Barta. Barta thought about the three. She's not been pulling the trigger lately on those, though, and she's a pretty good three-point shooter. Here's Brooke Jensen. Vermilion looking to take their first lead since the first quarter. Minute 15 to go here in the second quarter. And boy, Swift is just too swift, but she misses the layup, and that is out of bounds off of Sioux Falls Christian. So, minute 6 to go, 15 all. Janaea Cleveland checks in. Casey Hansen checks out. So it's Chandler Cleveland, Janaea Cleveland, Brooke Jensen, Taylor Roovers, and Taylor Barta out there for Vermilion. For Sioux Falls Christian, it's Wrights, Vanderleest, Van Beek, Swift, and Maya Nelson. Here's Janaea on the left-hand side, gets it over to Chandler. Chandler drives in, puts it up, and she is fouled on the shot by Wrights. So Chandler Cleveland will shoot two. Vermilion looking to take their first lead since the first quarter. That's the fifth team foul, and that is Avery Wrights' first personal foul. So Cleveland, first free throw is up and no good. So here's Chandler Cleveland's second free throw. That is up, and that is good. Vermilion leads 16-15 with 49.8 seconds to go. Sioux Falls Christian brings the ball up. About a 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 14-second difference. Here's a three-point attempt for Sioux Falls Christian. No good. Rebound, Janaea Cleveland. Janaea gets it over to Roovers. Roovers gets it across the timeline. 30 seconds. 1-2 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So Vermilion can essentially try to play for that last shot They do need to be careful with their passing, though. Swift is out there, as well as Vanderleest. Both of them have had a couple of steals on passes that were just a little less than crisp. 10 seconds to go. Roovers gets the ball over to Jensen. Jensen at the top of the key drives in. 5 seconds for three, and that is good! Brooke Jensen for three, and that will end the first half. 19-15. Vermilion with the lead. We'll be back on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. We'll be back with our Carlson's Body Shop halftime show after these messages from our Vermilion sportscasters. Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford, your complete car care center since 1956. You're listening to Tanager Basketball on Vermilion Streaming.
Visit our sleep experts at the Yankton Slumberland. With over 50 mattresses to choose from, we carry every price, free financing options, and the most trusted brands in the nation like Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. Snoring or lower back pain tormenting you? Seek relief with an adjustable power base. Fall asleep faster and cooler with our sheets and pillow selection. With a 120-night sleep trial, you can't make a mistake. See us today at the Yankton Slumberland, 2401 Broadway.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermilion.
You ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. As you can hear, the Sioux Falls Christian drum line has taken the court. I love me a good drum line. Jeremy Sewing is watching. Nobody did it better than us. That's all I'm saying. You ask anybody, we just kind of rock the drums. But this was a really nice job by the Sioux Falls Christian drum line. In that first half, after one quarter, Vermilion trailed 8-7 to the Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. They lead at the half, 19-15. The scoring is as follows. For Vermilion, they are being led in scoring by Chandler Cleveland with 7 and Brooke Jensen with 7. Brooklyn Voss with 2, Taylor Roovers with 2, and Casey Hansen with 1. For Sioux Falls Christian, they are being led by Maya Van Donge with 8, followed by Maya Nelson with 3. And then, Avery Van Beek, Avery Wrights with 2, and Katie Vanderleest with 2, bringing us to 19-15. Press being put on by both teams. The Sioux Falls Christian press has really been effective. Not necessarily the full court press part, but when they just get over half court, as they are trying to do some not full court passes, cross court passes, but maybe a basic skip pass. And the quickness of especially Jackson Swift and Katie Vanderleest really coming into play. They've had a number of steals. Thankfully, if you're Vermilion, they haven't been able to necessarily hit their shots. Left a few layups off the front iron or off the side of the rim. They've also done it a couple of times on some shots, clear open shots. So right now, I'm not sure if, not having seen Sioux Falls Christian play before, if this is the way they normally play, and their defense, like Coach DeYoung says, is creating offense and they're just not connecting. But otherwise, Vermilion probably very thankful to be up 19-15 here at the half. Well, when we come back, we're going to take a look around the state, brought to you by Vermilion Medical Clinic. This is the Carlson's Body Shop halftime show out of Beersford, your complete car care center for over 60 years. And again, on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion 19, Sioux Falls Christian 15. You're watching Vermilion Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Last week, a guy walked into the UPS store in Vermilion. He did not notice the copiers, the printers, the mailboxes, the banners, the posters, not even the business and shipping supplies. It was like he had blinders on. Hi, this is Jay with the UPS store in Vermilion. Many people don't see everything we have to offer when they stop by the UPS store to ship their packages. They miss all the things we have, like printing, designing. We even offer notary services here at the UPS store, located on Cherry Street in Vermilion.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermilion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermilion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermilion Auto Works.
Vermilion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermilion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit VermilionMedicalClinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermilion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermilion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermilion Vision Care Associates.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher, alongside Jen Ashley, as the Vermilion Tanagers lead 19-15 at the half on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard over number 4 in Class A, Sioux Falls Christian. Sioux Falls Christian ranked number 4 and 13-1 on the season. Well, hey, let's take a look around the state, brought to you by Vermilion Medical Clinic. Vermilion Medical Clinic, so much care, so close to home. Well, since we're calling a girls' game, let's call around the state girls' basketball first. Right now in AA, Pierre leads Yankton in the Summit Activity Center 43-18. Brookings leads Lincoln 67-39. That is all the AA action tonight. In Class A, Miller leads Ipswich 6-2 after 1. Groton leads Dual 42-30. Sisseton leads Clark Willow Lake 47-16. In other area action, Tri-Valley leads Del Rapids 21-17 at the half. Elkton Lake Benton over DeSmet 45-23. Mount Vernon Plankinton defeated Hansen 62-54. Hansen's now 11-2 on the season. Mount Vernon Plankinton moves to 9-2. Elk Point Jefferson defeated Dakota Valley 60-53. Wagner defeated Andes Central Dakota Christian 70-56. Now, remember, Andes Central Dakota Christian. Andes Central is the school for Pickstown kids, and I know that because that started in 1969, as the class of 69 had to go to Lake Andes because the Pickstown school closed after the class of 1968. So when Linda Harvey Schumacher had to graduate from Lake Andes. So a Golden Eagle by graduation, but a Pickstown engineer for life. That's all I'm saying. All right, St. Thomas More over Leeds Winner 33-15 after 3. Platte Geddes over Scotland 53-25. Custard leads Hot Springs 65-38. Red Cloud leading Rapid City Christian 42-24 at the half. Aberdeen Roncalli leads Millbank 55-35 with 5 minutes to go. Aberdeen Roncalli will be Vermilion's opponent, the Tanager Girls, on Saturday at the DAC 12 NEC Clash. Lennox leads Baltic 34-13 after the half. Avon and Bonholm will be later. And in Class B girls, just area games, Freeman over Alcester Hudson 65-45. And Faith receiving votes over Timberlake 60-38. Lyman over Herald 33-5. Wall over White River 74-57. I thought that might be closer. White River's now 10-3. Wall is 10-3. A 17-point victory for Wall, quite significant. Platte Geddes over Scotland again 53-25. And Avon and Bonhomme will be later. We'll just take a quick look as their seconds tick away here on our Carlson's Body Shop halftime show in boys action. After one, Wagner leads Andes Central Dakota Christian. Freeman leads Alcester Hudson 16-11. And that would be all of the local scores. Centerville and Bridgewater Emory are tied at 44-44 at the end of period 3. In Class A, Sioux Valley leads Flandreau 24-21 as we get ready for second half action. The Vermilion Tanagers. Vermilion Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Vermilion will start with possession. Janaea Cleveland gets it into Taylor Roovers. Vermilion puts out Roovers, Jensen, Cleveland, and Voss. Here's Roovers into Voss at the elbow. Voss gets it over to Roovers. Roovers drives, kicks it back over to Voss. Voss drives in at the block, short jumper. Oh, no, unable to connect. Oh, okay. Sioux Falls Christian, Avery Wrights is able to pull that one out. They're going to set their offense. They get it over to Swift. Swift all the way over to Maya Nelson for three, and that is good. Boy, that's the way you want to come out of a quarter if you're going to. That's Nelson's second three. Gives her 6 points on the night. Here's Jensen over to Voss. Voss gets across the timeline. 7:15 to go. 19-18. Vermilion leads. Here's Janaea Cleveland over to Brooklyn Voss. And that ball is knocked out of bounds by Avery Wrights. So inbounding the ball for Vermilion will be Janaea Cleveland. Janaea gets the ball over to Chandler. And they're going to call a foul. Let's see who they call this on. This will be the first team foul of the quarter. And that is on number 20, Maya Nelson. So here's Roovers in the lower right. Cross-court pass to Janaea. Janaea drives in. Spin move with the right hand, no good. Rebound, no. It's off of Janaea. That will be back to Sioux Falls Christian. So with 6:52 to go, Vermilion leads 19-18 here in the third quarter on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's Jackson Swift. Cross-court to Vanderleest. And Swift back over to Vanderleest. Drives in, kicks it over, and has that ball stolen away by Janaea Cleveland. Saying, we can do it too. We can do it too. Here's Brooke Jensen. Jensen hits a cutting Chandler, and that will drop. That will drop, and Chandler Cleveland will go to the line trying to finish off the old-fashioned three-point play. And that foul is going to be on number 4. Is that on Vanderleest? Yes, that is Vanderleest's second personal foul. Chandler Cleveland goes to the line to shoot a free throw to make it a three-point play. Free throw is up and good. Chandler Cleveland now has 10 points on the night. Gets it back to a four-point lead for Vermilion, 22-18, 6:24 to go. And there's Vanderleest gets it down to Avery Wrights. Out to Jackson Swift for three, no good. Rebound into the hands of Nelson. Nelson has it blocked by Brooke Jensen. Now it's out of bounds and will stay with Sioux Falls Christian, but they will have to inbound the ball. That is a nice block by Brooke Jensen. Gets a chance to reset the defense. Maya Nelson for three, and that is banked in. So Maya Nelson with 3 3-pointers. If I'm Vermilion, I'd love to get a third foul on her. And here's Brooke Jensen down the right side. 22-21, Vermilion with the lead. Here's Roovers. Drives in, puts it up and in. Nice move by Taylor. 24-21, 3-point lead for Vermilion. 5:50 to go here in the third quarter. Here's Jackson Swift. Gets the ball down to Van Beek. And that ball is stolen away by Brooke Jensen. Vermilion with a 3-point lead. 5:37 to go in the third quarter. Here's Janaea. They can score here. It'll be the biggest lead for Vermilion. There's a pass to Chandler. Chandler gets it down to Jensen on the block. Jensen kicks it into a cutting Janaea Cleveland, and that ball is out of bounds off of Sioux Falls Christian. 11 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Vermilion will have to inbound. Coming in for Sioux Falls Christian, number 21, Maya Van Donge. Janaea inbounds the ball, gets it into Chandler in the paint, up with the left hand, no good. Rebound out to Sioux Falls Christian. That is Vanderleest. Vanderleest gets it ahead to Nelson. Nelson for three. Oh, that one's off. Rebound by Brooke Jensen. Sorry, Brooke Jensen with the rebound. Gets it over to Voss. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Voss gets it down low to Jensen on the block. Up and no good. Both teams just having some tough times at those short jumpers. And Maya Nelson puts it back. And she now has 11 points on the game. Here's Voss. Voss gets it down to Chandler in the paint. And she is blocked. No foul called. Janaea, and that is going to be a jump ball. No, they didn't call a jump ball on that. Okay, 24-23, Vermilion leads Sioux Falls Christian. Sioux Falls moving the ball. Here's Nelson for three, and that is good. Maya Nelson with her fourth three-pointer gives her 14 points. And that's going to be a foul called on Sioux Falls Christian. Nope, they're going to call a travel. It's 26-24. .4:13 to go here in the third quarter on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. They get it down to Van Donge, who kicks it out to Vanderleest. Here's Nelson. They get it down to Van Donge. Over to Swift. Swift gets it into Vanderleest. Back out to Van Donge. That ball is put back. No good. Rebound, Casey Hansen. 26-24. Sioux Falls Christian has taken the lead. Barta over to Chandler Cleveland. On the bench right now, Janaea Cleveland and Brooklyn Voss. Casey Hansen for three. Casey's three-point shot is back. 27-26 with 3:35 to go. Here's the pass to Jackson Swift for Sioux Falls Christian. And they get it down low to Van Donge. Up, no good. Rebound, Casey Hansen. Roovers down to Cleveland. Cleveland in the paint, up with the left hand. No good. No good. That's going to be the story of the game, those missed short jumpers or lay-ins, whatever, inside the charge box, as you will. And there's Van Donge, gets it out to Jackson Swift. There's a three-point attempt, no good. But boy, just slow reaction by Vermilion. Rebound by Chandler Cleveland there. 27-26, Vermilion leads with 2:50 to go. 30-second timeout called by Coach Brooks. We'll keep it right here with this 30-second timeout right now on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion leads 27-26 with 2:48 to go. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. They're locally owned and operated. Murph's Appliance has been in the home appliance business for over 20 years. Just a fast-paced game. The story of the game right now, though, for Sioux Falls Christian, Van Donge in the first half had 8 points. Maya Nelson in this half has 11. And so between those two, right now, Maya Nelson has 14 points. Van Donge has 8. They have 22 of the 26 points for this Sioux Falls Christian team. Vermilion is being led by Chandler Cleveland with 10 and Brooke Jensen with 7. So with 29 seconds on the shot clock, Vermilion will inbound the ball. Casey Hansen gets it into Roovers. Roovers gets it across the timeline. Gets it over to Taylor Barta. Barta gets it down low to Jensen. Jensen misses it. And they're going to call a foul. Okay. It's going to be on the floor, but I believe it's on number 11, Avery Wrights. This will be the third team foul of the quarter. And yes, that is on Wrights. That is Wrights' second personal. Hansen to inbound the ball. Gets it out to Roovers. Roovers drives into the paint, goes up, and she is fouled on the shot. And that might be on Nelson. That might be Nelson's third personal. We'll see. Nope, they call it on number 12. They call it on Sydney Shop. That is Shop's first personal. Roovers at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good for Taylor. That gives her 5 points on the night. Makes the lead 28-26 for Vermilion with 2:35 to go. This matchup's proving to be everything we thought it would be. Second free throw up, no good. Rebound by Aubrey Van Beek. Van Beek gets it over to Avery Wrights. Wrights gets just past Haley Barta. They get back to Nelson. And here's Nelson on the left-hand side. This is where she's been so deadly, but she doesn't take a 3 there. All right, here is Wrights. Wrights over to Nelson. They get it into Van Donge in the paint. Drives in. Puts it up and good for Van Donge. That gives her 10 points. Ties it up at 28. 28 with 2:05 to go. Here's Haley Barta, and she has it blocked from behind by Van Donge. Checking in for Vermilion will be Janaea Cleveland and Brooklyn Voss. Checking out will be Chandler Cleveland and Haley Barta. So out there for Vermilion, Casey Hansen, Taylor Roovers, Brooke Jensen, Brooklyn Voss, and Janaea Cleveland. That ball is stolen away by Van Beek, and that ball is knocked out of bounds by Vermilion. We'll stay with Sioux Falls Christian with 31 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Sydney Shop to inbound the ball to Maya Nelson. Nelson gets it across the timeline. Gets it in the hand of Van Beek. Nelson thought about the 3, didn't take it. As it's Van Beest to Nelson. Nelson gets it across to Wrights. Wrights, guarded by Casey Hansen, goes up with the right hand. That is a turnover on Sioux Falls Christian. As Vanderleest and Swift check back in for Sioux Falls Christian to go with Nelson and Van Beek and Wrights. Here's Janaea Cleveland at midcourt. Gets it over to Hansen. Hansen gets it over to Roovers. Roovers over to Voss. Janaea for 3. No good, and nobody there to rebound. Picked up there by Vanderleest. Vanderleest gets it ahead to Nelson. Nelson thought about the 3. Roovers got there too quickly. They get it down low to Wrights. And Wrights into Aubrey Van Beek, and Van Beek puts it back for a score 30-28. Vermilion trails. 49 seconds to go. That's put up by Brooklyn Voss. Ties it back up at 30. 44 seconds to go. 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Nelson. Slowing it down. They get it over to Swift. Back to Nelson. Nelson for a long 3, and that is good. That's Nelson's 5th 3 of the night. Here's Roovers. Shot clock is off. Hansen with the long pass to Voss. Voss gets it over to Taylor Roovers. So 11 seconds on the shot clock. 3-second deficit. Here's Jensen with 6 seconds. Here's Roovers. Roovers to drive in. Puts it up and makes the shot. And she will go to the line to shoot a free throw for the old-fashioned 3-point play. 33-32, 2.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. That foul was called on number 4, Katie Vanderleest. Roovers at the line. Free throw is up and no good, no good. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Vermilion trails 33-32 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages on Vermilion Streaming.
Federal Credit Union, we believe in giving back to the community that's that supports us. That's why our employees make it a priority to volunteer their time and talents to make a difference. Whether it's improving local causes, fighting hunger, or supporting our local zoo, our team is dedicated to making a positive impact in the lives of those around us. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a part of the community, working together to make it a better place for everyone. Your community, your credit union. Voyage Federal Credit Union.
Your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls Christian High School in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. After 3, Vermilion 32, Sioux Falls Christian 33. 8 minutes to go in this great matchup between these two wonderful teams that we could easily see at state. Here's Swift, and that ball is knocked out of bounds by Brooklyn Voss. And they're going to say it was actually off of Sioux Falls Christian. So here's Roovers. Oh, and that is going to be a foul on Aubrey Van Beek. That'll be her second personal. As she about decapitated Taylor there. That is a second personal, first team foul. 7:46 to go. A lot of action in the first 14 seconds of this quarter. To get the ball down to Chandler Cleveland. Original starting 5 out there for Vermilion. Here's Janaea. Gets it over to Voss. Voss brings it around top. Chandler for 3. Oh, no good. Rebound 2. Avery Wrights. Wrights will drive up with it on the right-hand side, and they're going to call a foul on Brooke or Janaea. That'll be the first team foul, and that is Brooke's first personal foul. And they're going to call a foul on Brooke Jensen again, I believe. So yes, Brooke picks up a quick 2, but we're in the fourth quarter, not really foul trouble yet. And that ball is knocked away from Vanderleest, but she gets it back. Here's Maya Nelson, guarded by Roovers. Nelson gets it off to Swift. 33-32, Sioux Falls Christian with the lead. No scoring as of yet in the fourth quarter here. That ball is knocked away by Brooke Jensen into the hands of Brooklyn Voss. Voss with the steal. That ball is on the floor. They're going to call a jump ball. That'll be in favor of Vermilion. Boy, sometimes they're allowing a lot of contact. Other times they're being pretty picky. I don't think they've called it heavily one way or another, but just a little inconsistent. So Vermilion will inbound the ball. Here's Roovers, full court press by Sioux Falls Christian. Roovers brings it in, kicks it down to Chandler Cleveland, knocks it into the hands of Brooklyn Voss, and they're going to, wow, that was a quick jump call. So that will go to Sioux Falls Christian. Checking in, Maya Van Donge and Sydney Shop. Checking out Vanderleest and Swift, I believe. Nope, Swift is still in there. I couldn't see the other player that checked out. So Nelson gets it over to Swift. Back to Nelson. Nelson gets it down low to Van Donge. Back out to Nelson. Here's Swift. Good ball movement by this Chargers team. And that shot is up by Van Beek and in, and she will go to the line to shoot the and one. That foul is on Roovers. Roovers is first personal, third team foul, as Van Beek will go to the line now that with a 3-point lead, looking to make it 4. That free throw is up and no good. Rebound Chandler Cleveland into the hands of Brooke Jensen. Here's Taylor Roovers over to Chandler. 3-point lead, 35-32 for Sioux Falls Christian. Brooklyn Voss drives the paint, gets it over to Janaea. Janea drives in, goes up with the right hand, and she is fouled. Oh, they're going to call a travel. Oh, come on. So Maya Nelson with the ball. They get it over to Jackson Swift. Swift back to Nelson. Down low to Wrights, or to Shop, sorry. There's Van Donge. Has it knocked away into the hands of Roovers. Roovers evaded a tackle by Van Donge. Gets it over to Chandler. Here's Janea. Janea drives in. Gets it over to Roovers. Roovers drives the baseline, goes up with the right hand, and good. Roovers with 9 points on the night. Makes it 35-34, 5:26 to go in favor of Sioux Falls Christian. Sioux Falls Christian drives in, gets it into Van Donge. Van Donge traveled but did not call. Back to Swift at the top of the key. And that is called a travel. Now that one, I didn't think she traveled. So that might be a makeup call. Like I said, it just feels really inconsistent with the way sometimes they're allowing a lot of contact. Other times they're not allowing any. So 35-34, Sioux Falls Christian with the lead here in the fourth quarter on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. 5:06 to go. Chandler Cleveland into Brooke Jensen on the paint. Gets it down to Janea Cleveland. She is unable to finish, but she was fouled on the shot. We'll see who they call it on. Looks like it's on Nelson. Wow, that is Maya Nelson's third personal. That's the second Charger with 3 personals. Janea at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and no good. Janea with the chance to tie it here with this free throw. And that one is no good as well. But rebound, Brooke Jensen up with the right hand, no good. And that ball is knocked out of bounds off of Sioux Falls Christian. If you listen and you think I gripe about calls, you should hear this Sioux Falls Christian fan base. Out to Chandler, out at the top of the key. Over to Brooklyn Voss. 35-34 with 4:52 to go. Here's Janea Cleveland. Back out to Chandler. Voss at the top of the key. Over to Roovers. They try to get it down low. Into Chandler in the paint. Up with the right hand. No good. And that is out of bounds off of Chandler. Chandler, I know she has the 10 points, but she has missed a number of shots on the inside. And this is something that Coach Brooks said weeks ago about not missing these shots inside so close. Right now, if they had hit all of these, it really actually be a comfortable lead for them. But right now they're behind 35-34. That ball is hit into the hands of another Sioux Falls Christian player. There's Vanderleest. And that is Wrights with the travel. Wrights with the travel will turn it over with 4:19 to go. Vermilion trails 35-34. And Vermilion will inbound the ball. Janea gets it into Roovers. Roovers tries to split the defense, gets it back to Janea. They have 3 seconds to get it across the timeline. They do get it to Voss. Voss gets it over to Roovers. Roovers guarded by Vanderleest. Now Vanderleest does have 3 personals. Here's Jensen out at the 3-point line. And here's Roovers over to Voss. That's a swarming defense by Sioux Falls Christian. That ball is knocked out of the hands of Brooke Jensen by Sioux Falls Christian into the hands of Jackson Swift. Swift ahead to Shop, and Shop puts it up for her first 2 points of the night. Gives it a 3-point lead to Sioux Falls Christian. Here's Roovers with a long pass to Chandler Cleveland. Cleveland drives in, and they're going to call a travel on Chandler Cleveland. Boy, Chandler is really just struggling tonight with a few things. So just a lot of things that this team can work on. But boy, if they can pull something out. 3:28 to go, trailing by 3, 37-34. It all starts with a stop here. Casey Hansen and Taylor Barta have checked in. Nope, just Casey Hansen. For Brooklyn Voss. Here's Maya Nelson for 3. That one's off. Rebound by Wrights. And they're going to call a foul on the shot. And that's Brooke Jensen's third personal. I don't know. I just have to say, I'm not liking the way this game is being called. Number 11, Avery Wright's at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. That makes it a 4-point lead for Sioux Falls Christian. Wright's to shoot her second free throw now. That is up, and that is good. 5-point lead, 39-34 with 3:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hansen gets the ball ahead to Jensen. Jensen gets it ahead to Chandler Cleveland. Over to Janaea, up with the right hand, and good. Janaea with her first field goal of the night, first points of the night, actually. And here's Maya Nelson. Nelson gets the ball over to Swift. Swift over to Vanderleest. Vanderleest drives in, kicks it back out. Shop will drive in, put it up, and no good. Rebound, Brooke Jensen. All right, it's a 3-point lead. Vermilion looking to cut it down to 1 or tie. Here's Roovers with 2:36 to go. Roovers for 3, and that is good! Taylor Roovers has tied it up with a 3-pointer, and Coach John Brooks is calling a timeout, and we'll take a timeout as well here on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion 39, Sioux Falls Christian 39. We're taking a Murph's Appliance timeout.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you got to call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
This is Vermilion Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. We got ourselves a barn burner with 2:28 to go. Vermilion 39, Sioux Falls Christian 39. Sioux Falls Christian is 13-1, third ranked in the state. Vermilion is 10-3, not receiving votes, but they were ranked for the longest time, and that is a jump ball, and so that will favor Vermilion. Vermilion will get possession with 2:17 to go. Stopping and scoring, those are the two big things right now. I mean, I was saying, that's how you win a game. And here's Brooke Jensen with the ball. Gets back to Casey Hansen. Hansen gets it ahead to Chandler Cleveland. Chandler waits up, gets it over to Casey. Casey gets it over to Taylor. Reset this offense. All right, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Roovers, guarded by Swift. Here's Hansen. Hansen, short jumper, no good. Rebound. And that's going to be a jump ball, and that will be in favor of Sioux Falls Christian. With 1:49 to go, Sioux Falls Christian will inbound the ball. Tied up, 39-39 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This is Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. So on the court now for Vermilion, Janaea Cleveland, Chandler Cleveland, Brooklyn Voss, Brooke Jensen, and Taylor Roovers. Maya Nelson with the ball, gets it over to Shop. And that ball is stolen away by Chandler Cleveland. Taylor Roovers brings it up. 1:32 to go. 28 seconds on the shot clock. Jensen up and in from the block. Vermilion has taken their first lead in a number of minutes. 41-39, 1:20 to go. And here's a timeout taken by Sioux Falls Christian. And it looks like it's a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. This brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion, serving locally owned and operated and serving the appliance needs of their customers for over 20 years. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, 1:18 to go. Vermilion 41, Sioux Falls Christian 39.
Safe means you're sort of protecting yourself. My mom and dad told me how to be safe. It's like super duper important. Hold a grown-up's hands. Put a helmet on because you might hurt your head super duper bad.
Protect their future by protecting yours with your local State Farm agent, Dick Sunday. Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and with the 6-wheel drive and low-range transfer case, they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is teaming up with Clark's Rentals in Yankton, bringing you a wide range of hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more to get the job done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment for all your concrete needs, and Clark's Rentals, your rental equipment headquarters.
Welcome back to Tanager basketball. I told you, we've got a barn burner. 1:18 to go. Vermilion 41. Sioux Falls Christian 39. Sioux Falls Christian to inbound the ball, coming off a Murph's Appliance timeout. Ball comes in to Katie Vanderleest with her 3 personals. There's Maya Nelson, guarded by Roovers. Nelson with 5 3-pointers on the night. Here's Swift into Avery Wrights. Wrights goes up, and that is blocked by Brooke Jensen and out of bounds off of Brooke. So they will inbound the ball with 18 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 1:05 on the game clock. Swift to inbound the ball. Gets it up top to Maya Nelson. Nelson gets out, and that is stolen away by Janaea Cleveland. Janaea with the biggest steal of the night, maybe of the season. 52 seconds remaining, 27 seconds on the shot clock. Roovers kicks it over to Janaea. And we're going to call a timeout. We'll see. Don't know how long it is. It's a 30-second timeout, so we're just going to keep it here. Just reset the game for you. 46.2 seconds remaining on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion 41, Sioux Falls Christian 39. The story of the game for Sioux Falls Christian has been the scoring of 2 players, Maya Van Donge with 10 points, and Maya Nelson with 17. So 17 points for 27 out of their 39 come from 2 players. Vermilion, they're being led by Taylor Roovers with 12 and Chandler Cleveland with 10. Brooke Jensen has 9. So pretty even scoring for the Tanagers. Biggest story has been free throws. Vermilion, Sioux Falls Christian has hit both of theirs. Vermilion is 4 for 10 from the line. You flip that, and if they're 6 of 10, all of a sudden this is a 4-point game with 46 seconds to go. But Vermilion will inbound the ball. 24-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. If Vermilion can score here, it's a huge difference. So here's Taylor Roovers, guarded by Vanderleest. And they're going to call a foul, I believe. And that'll be the 3rd team foul, but that is on Vanderleest. That is Vanderleest's 4th personal, if that's who I saw it called on. Yeah, that's Vanderleest's 4th personal foul. So Chandler Cleveland to inbound the ball, gets it into Taylor Roovers. Vermilion has 1 timeout left. That could be important if they need to call a timeout. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. With that foul, it did reset the shot clock. Here's Chandler Cleveland. Gets the ball to Roovers. Roovers around top at the midcourt line. Gets it into Janaea Cleveland. Janaea is fouled with 18.5 seconds remaining. Shot clock is off. That is the 4th team foul on Sioux Falls Christian. That is the 2nd foul on Jackson Swift. And a 30-second timeout is being taken. So we're just going to keep it right here. No sense in missing anything. 18.5 seconds to go in the game. 41-39. Vermilion leads number 4, Sioux Falls Christian. Sioux Falls Christian 13-1 on the season. Their only loss is to Wagner. Vermilion 10-3 on the season. Their losses have been to Crofton, the powerhouse out of Nebraska. Florence Henry, who's receiving votes in the polls as of recently, and that was on the 2nd night of a back-to-back games, and the first game was against Mount Vernon Plankinton. And then they also lost to T area, Katie Vasika and Mara Grant. So it's a 10-3 record against a 13-1. Vermilion leads 41-39. 18.5 seconds to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. That timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Shot clock is off. Chandler Cleveland to inbound. There's a foul before they could even inbound the ball. And so Roovers will go to the line to shoot 2. We'll see who that is being called on. And that is on Maya Nelson. Maya Nelson's 4th. So if this were to go to overtime, Nelson has 4 and Vanderleest has 4. That free throw is good. That free throw is good by Taylor Roovers. Makes it a 3-point game. This could make it a 2-possession game if Roovers can hit this one. That free throw is up and good! Taylor Roovers, the queen of the free throws. The clutch free throw, 17 seconds. Here's Vanderleest, and they're going to call a foul. Okay, and that'll send them to the line to shoot 2 while the clock is stopped. You hate to see that. 14.7 seconds remaining. Vermilion 43. Sioux Falls Christian 39. Vanderleest at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and no good. No good for Vanderleest. 14.7 seconds. Best they can do is get within 3 here. Hopefully you get the rebound. Free throw is up and no good. Rebound 2. Well, to somebody, but if it's a jump ball, it's a jump ball. That goes to Vermilion. 12.5 seconds to go. Vermilion to inbound the ball. Chandler Cleveland gets the ball into Brooke Jensen, and Jensen is fouled. And who is she fouled by? As she will go to the line to shoot 2. Looks like she is fouled by number 11, Avery Wright's her 3rd personal. 4-point lead, 10.9 seconds to go. Brooke can pretty much seal the deal here. First free throw is up and no good. Getting a 4-point lead. It's a 2-possession game. Second free throw is up and no good. So 8, 7, 6. Nelson for 3. No good. Rebound Janaea Cleveland with 1 second to go. And that will do it. The Vermilion Tanagers will upset Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. The 4th ranked and 13-1. Now 13-2. Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. Wow. Well, we are hoping to have Coach John Brooks come up to talk with us. This was a game that it met every expectation. The Vermilion Tanagers come away with a 43-39 victory, as the Tanagers are probably going to be getting some votes again this week. So Vermilion, again, we've said it, they're a different team with Casey Hansen. Just a little more confidence, a little more dynamism. So we are going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with our First Dakota National Bank postgame show after these messages on Vermilion, streaming on YouTube from our Vermilion Sportscasters.
Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermilion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermilion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Need a new set of tires? Look to Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford. How about some accessories like WeatherTech floor mats, access roll-up truck covers, bed liners, remote car starters, and thousands of other products. Hey, you can look at everything at your convenience online too at carlsonsbodyshop.com. No wonder the song says,
Bring it down to Carlson's Body Shop, your complete car care center.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermilion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermilion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermilion.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls Christian High School in Sioux Falls, where the Vermilion Tanagers, the Vermilion Tanager Girls, have just defeated the Sioux Falls Christian 43-39 in a game that lived up to every expectation. The Vermilion Tanagers, they just came through in the end. They clamped down, played some great defense. They got behind by as many as 5. And they were able to come back and cut back into that. Good passing, good defense, not a ton of fouls. Didn't send Sioux Falls Christian to the line too often. As far as stats go, Vermilion was led in scoring by Taylor Roovers with 14, and none of them bigger than those 2 free throws at the end to kind of seal the deal. And then Chandler Cleveland with 10, Brooke Jensen with 9, Brooklyn Voss and Casey Hansen with 4 each, and Janaea Cleveland with 2. Sioux Falls Christian was led by Maya Nelson with 17 on the back of 5 3-pointers. Also Maya Vandonge with 10. 4 points for Avery Wrights and for, Aubrey Van Beek. And then 2 points for Katie Vanderleest and Sydney Shop. After one quarter, Sioux Falls Christian led 8-7. At the half, Vermilion led 19-15. At the end of the third quarter, Sioux Falls Christian had retaken the lead 33-32, and Vermilion came back to take the lead at the end 43-39. Vermilion moves to 11-3 on the season. Sioux Falls Christian falls to 13-2. This would be big seed points for this Vermilion Tanager team. We'll be taking a look at that in a bit. Also, we're going to take a look around the state. Hopefully, Coach Brooks will be able to come up to talk with us. But this is a big victory for this Vermilion Tanager team. So let's take a look around the state at other action. And let's start with Class A girls. Might as well, because this was a big one tonight. In Class A girls, you have Miller over Ipswich. Groton area defeated Dual. Sisseton, number 1 Sisseton, defeated Clark Willow Lake 60-25. McLaughlin defeated Leeds Dupree 50-46 with 4 minutes to go. Tri-Valley defeated Del Rapids. Elkton Lake Benton defeated DeSmet. Wagner defeated Andes Central Dakota Christian. And Mount Vernon Plankinton defeated Hanson. Avon leads Bon Home 31-27 at the end of the third quarter. Elk Point Jefferson over Dakota Valley 60-53. Crow Creek over Cheyenne Eagle Butte 67-36. Belle Fourche 59, Mobridge Pollock 53, St. Thomas More 39, Winter 22. Platte Geddes over Scotland 53-25. Great Plains Lutheran over Wilmot 62-32. Phillip leads Deadwood 44-29. And Custer defeated Hot Springs 65-38. Red Cloud defeated Rapid City Christian 73-30. That's a big one. Rapid City Christian 8-5 on the season. Not a bad team. Just Red Cloud is really, really good. Lennox beat Baltic 73-34. Aberdeen Roncalli 57. Millbank 41. These Tanagers will take on Aberdeen Roncalli on Saturday in the DAC-12 NEC Clash. Aberdeen Roncalli has moved to 11-2 on the season. Their 2 losses are to Sisseton and to Hamlin. Hamlin's probably the outlier, the anomaly there. Not quite sure. And then, of course, Vermilion over Sioux Falls Christian 43-39. Pierre beat Yankton in AA basketball girls 55-29. Brookings beat Sioux Falls Lincoln 67-39. In Class B area, Freeman over Alcester-Hudson. Del Rapids St. Mary over Iroquois Lake Preston. Wall defeated White River in a game that I thought would be much closer than 74-57. Faith over Timber Lake 60-38. And Lyman defeated Highmore Herald 69-19. Well, and we have Coach John Brooks with us up here. All I can say is, woo!
Oh, man. Probably wasn't the prettiest game to watch, but, we told the girls it's two teams that mirror each other. Both are big, athletic, physical, man-to-man defense, get in ya, and points were hard to come by, and we did just enough.
Well, exactly, and it was back and forth. They led after 1, you led after 2, they led after 3, and then you led when it counted at the end. One thing I noticed in the first half, they were able to get to some passes and get some fast breaks. Now, they weren't able to connect on a few of those, which was good. I didn't see that happening in the second half. Was that an adjustment that you guys made?
Yeah, we wanted to just, more than anything out of our press, we weren't necessarily looking for turnovers. We were just kind of trying to slow them down a little bit and just kind of make them handle it, make them work some of the shot clock off. But like you said, we were starting to get a little too stretched out in it, and then 20 Nelson and 5 Swift can really shoot it for them. We lost them a couple times, so in the fourth quarter we decided just kind of, hey, let's just push the thing back to half court. Let's just focus on our half court defense, and we got down 39-34, and Sioux Falls Christian didn't score again, so really good job by our girls down the stretch there defensively.
It really was. It's like they knew. I made the brilliant statement that we needed to get stops and we needed to score because, that's how basketball works, I guess. But you guys really took it to heart. They didn't score for a number of minutes there at the end. I think we saw some things that you'd been saying you'd been wanting to work on. Free throws, you probably wish you'd hit a few more of those, and some of the inside shots.
It was kind of like these last 3 or 4 games we thought we kind of turned the corner in that, and then it just kind of came all back to us tonight. We just struggled scoring the ball inside. We got some really good post looks and some offensive rebound putbacks that, we just couldn't get them to go, and didn't shoot from the free throw line as well as we wanted to either. But hey, on the road sometimes that happens, and that's what we just told the girls. We didn't play our best game offensively, but when you can come to a place like this and still win shooting the way that we did, that means we got a tough group, and they did a lot of other things really well.
Well, and that's exactly right. You're beating a team that now has 2 losses. One to Wagner, who was either, I think, the top team in the state at the time that they beat them, and now to you guys. So, and they've beaten a number of great teams, including T. They beat T by about 9, I think, when they played them. So this is a really good team, and to come into this atmosphere, this Sioux Falls Christian Gymnasium is not an easy place to play. You now have 1 day between now and playing Aberdeen Roncalli on Saturday in Madison. What's your game plan?
Yeah, so we just told the girls they have until 3:45 tomorrow to enjoy this one. And once 3:45 hits, we got to turn the page. I mean, it's time to move on from this one at that time because we got to get focused and get one practice and get our legs back underneath us for a really, really good Aberdeen Roncalli team. They have 2 losses on the year. They lost to Hamlin. They lost like a 5 or 6 point game to Sisseton, who's the #1 team in the state. So doesn't get any easier, but we knew that going into this week that this would be a very difficult week, and we're fortunate enough to start 2-0 on the week, and we have a chance on Saturday to finish a really tough week off with a really good win. So I know our girls are excited. We'll be excited to play again.
Well, and we're excited to see them again. This game lived up to its billing. Like you said, it might not have been the prettiest game, but it was competitive. It was well played, physical, and just great defense. It was great to see. Well, Coach, congratulations on a well-earned and well-fought victory. Tell the girls congratulations, and we'll see you again on Saturday.
Okay, thanks so much, Michael.
Thank you. That was Coach John Brooks of the victorious Vermilion Lady Tanagers, as they have defeated Sioux Falls Christian, who falls to 13-2 on the season. This is the First Dakota National Bank postgame show, obviously brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, it was 43-39 in favor of Vermilion. Let's just take our look around the state, brought to you by the Vermilion Medical Clinic. Dubrook area and Arlington, no score update. Burke defeats Cologne 48-22. In boys action, AA, Sioux Falls Lincoln over Brookings, 62-59. And they have Pierre and Yankton, but that is tomorrow. Yankton will be traveling to Pierre tomorrow. And that will be on Classic Hits 106.3 KVHT. That game time is 7 o'clock. Pregame will be at 6:30. Two-time South Dakota Sportscaster of the Year, Joe Van Gore, will be on the call, along with Zach Spear. I will be in Groton, along with Jen, as we will be bringing you that action. That is scheduled to start at 6:30. Pregame will start at 5:30. That's about a 3.5-4 hour drive, so we'll be just taking off from here, I think. No, just kidding. I have to go into work, have a show to do, and then come back, and then we'll be in Madison on Saturday. So tomorrow on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM. Tune in to At the Mic from 7 to 9. We'll talk about this game. We'll talk about the Groton game. We'll talk about the Aberdeen-Roncalli game. And we'll take a look around the state. I also have an interview with Tom Billiter, the head coach of Augie men's basketball. And so a great lineup tomorrow for At the Mic. And then we'll be on the road. We will be in Groton as the Groton Tigers. It's a great matchup. Face off with the Vermilion Tanagers. And then again on Saturday at the DAC 12 NEC Clash, scheduled for 5 o'clock. These Vermilion Lady Tanagers will take on the Aberdeen-Roncalli. They'll take on Aberdeen-Roncalli. Again, just the 2 losses for Aberdeen-Roncalli. And that will be another great matchup as the Tanagers really seem to be getting their feet underneath them. They really seem to be stabilizing on the season. And I hate to put too much onto Casey Hansen, but it really feels like it's a different team with her out there. Even if she's not scoring a ton, just her presence seems to be a great boost to this team, to these girls that have played so many years with her. And so happy to see that this Tanager team just really seeming to elevate their game. As far as boys action, Class A, Wagner over Andes Central at the end of 3, 36-31. Groton area boys are facing Dual. They are winning 59-28. It's the Groton area Tigers. Sioux Valley defeated Flandreau 44-35. Webster over Redfield. Hanson defeated Mount Vernon Plankinton. Florence Henry falls to Wabash Summit. T area defeats West Central 49-47. Del Rapids leads Tri-Valley 12-5 after 1. Western Christian Iowa over Lennox 68-49. Beersford defeated Madison 73-63. That's the Madison team that took Vermilion to the limit. DeSmet defeats Elkton Lake Benton. Stanley County over Chamberlain. Ipswich over Miller. Great Plains Lutheran over Wilmot. Dakota Valley leads Elk Point Jefferson 8-7 with 4 minutes to go in the first. Custer leads Hot Springs. And those are all the score updates in A. In B, Wessington Springs at the half leads Lower Brule. Wagner leads Andes Central Dakota Christian. Freeman defeated Alcester Hudson. Marty over Burke. Lemon over Bison. Harding County over Takini. Faith over McIntosh. Centerville defeats Bridgewater Emory. Del Rapids St. Mary defeated Iroquois Lake Preston. Aberdeen Christian over Northwestern. White River, with 3 minutes to go in the third, leads Wall by 22. Leola Frederick area leads Warner at the half. And those are all of the score updates. Well, again, from Sioux Falls, I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jen Ashley. This has been Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Our scoreboard sponsor was Midwest Ready Mix. Every timeout was brought to you by Murph's Appliance in downtown Vermilion on Main Street. Our halftime sponsor was Carlson's Body Shop. Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford, your complete car care center for over 60 years. We want to thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night as we will be broadcasting from Groton as the Tanager boys will be taking on the Groton Tigers. See a number of the Tanager boys down there right now enjoying this victory for the girls. And then we'll be in Madison on Saturday for the Tanager Girls taking on Aberdeen-Roncalli. Well, for Jen Ashley, I'm Michael Schumacher. You have yourselves a great night, and we will talk to you tomorrow.